right, there we are. Welcome in everyone for GeoClassics number 3, the 3rd edition. Last time I was joined by Jake Lyons. This time I also have somebody who has a bit of moving knowledge. It is none other than Feneb. Feneb, how are you doing on this? I guess it's pretty early for you, so I don't know what to really call it.
This fine morning, I'm doing pretty well. Excited to commentate some games.
Yeah, I see you're wearing something fancy, but not a suit. So I kind of got catfished by the poster, but nonetheless, definitely better looking than me right now, just wearing a shirt. So yeah, nice to see that. 3rd edition, we had the first 2 winners, Consus and Blinky. Both are playing in this one, but if it goes to according to the script in the World Championships, we had Consus, Blinky, and then Radu winning this year. It could go the exact same way. Do you have any predictions looking at this pretty stacked bracket, I have to say?
I don't know. I'm excited to see some new players, at least. I'm looking at both the matchup between Huya and Miko, who I don't think have played, but both extremely strong players. So it's exciting to see some newcomers.
Yeah, both of them have qualified through the qualifier this time around. We had 4 outer qualifiers, which were Blinky, Trisha, Radu, and I believe the Kuribas. So we took the top 4 from last time, and then 12 other people could qualify through challenge links. Within that qualifiers, we did have Mu and Consus, who shouldn't really have to qualify, but obviously they managed to. And also, Feneb, you would have qualified easily, by the way. I think you had a higher score than Consus even, so you would have been playing, but this time you did join us in cast because Bloom still sick. I think, he's doing not so good still, but we have Feneb as a replacement, so that's good. But you mentioned Tosuja versus Miko, which is the one game we will show from the first round, because obviously we can't show all of these first round games. It just would take way too long, because last time I think we took 4 hours, which was okay, and we kind of want to keep it at that. So just going to show Hosuja versus Miko from the first round. And yeah, as you said, both of them haven't played yet, so we don't really have any expectations, but I'm not very surprised by Hosuja picking NMPZ because I've played him too many times to count. I mean, you can probably say the same. I think you play a lot of comp.
Yes, no, he terrorizes me every time I queue him in comp. A super scary opponent, especially in NMPZ. He sends so fast and recognizes hard locks before I even have a chance to think of the continent.
Yeah, that's usually how he does. And then with Miko picking no move, I imagine. So both of them avoiding the pinpointing, kind of expected. But at the same time, one of them has to be thinking, I might be better at my opponent in pinpointing. Usually it's very rare to see that mode being left out. Do you have any clue why nobody took it?
Yeah, I'm honestly a little bit surprised that Miko hasn't picked pinpointing. He's quite a strong moving player. Although perhaps I'm wondering if he's a good player at moving duels, but perhaps he doesn't feel so confident about the pinpointing aspect of it. But yeah, I don't know the exact reason that nobody has picked pinpointing, but it'll be interesting to see if we do get to that decider who is the stronger player.
Yeah, I can say that Hosuja definitely had the best qualifying seats in no move and NMPZs, so I feel like other than pinpointing, he pretty much was the highest quality player in that, even beating Mu and Consus, I think. So it seems like it's not going to be easy to beat him in both of those modes, but Miko still has that pinpointing duel if he manages to get there, and I don't know if I'm supposed to give a signal to when to start this game, but I think I'm ready. And there we go, the signal has worked. Round 1, pinpointing duels, obviously. We did skip the explanations this time as to for the game modes, because I think usually the people who watch this are already quite familiar with the format. But Feneb, can you just break down the format really, really quickly, just in a few sentences? Oh no, we're not playing pinpointing. My bad. No, skip that. We're not playing pinpointing. I was
I can
nobody
break
moving?
down NMPZ. It's a still image, and players have to guess, and that's it. Boom, job done. We are on fire.
That is very easy. That is way easier than the mode you would have to explain if we go there. So if we get to game 3, hold that explanation real quick. We're going there. Round 1 was just an easy round anyway, but now this time, I'm thinking Austria or Slovenia. What do you think?
Yeah, random forest, but it looks pretty hilly with some somewhat alpine-looking trees. So yeah, Austria or Slovenia makes sense.
We did see Miko considering Serbia for a second. Did not really think of that because usually summer coverage quite rare, and it is Slovenia, but Miko are just around the border, just a few points. And what do we have here? Those look like piranha pines.
Base trees, yeah.
I'm not quite sure in which country I've seen this pavement before. I don't know if it's Brazil or
You have to... I mean, the default guess would be Brazil, surely. But, I mean... It's weird, the lines look so odd.
Yeah, it's just like the tar beneath it. I can't really tell if the lines are yellow all the way or if there are some white lines between. Can't really tell. We do have Trisha locking it in Brazil. Both going Brazil, actually.
We've got a call out from chat, apparently a vertical saying it's the 263.
That's a 280.
280, Maybe they both have similar pavement, or maybe just misremembering the road. But either way, interesting pavement.
Yeah, at the beginning I thought that might be like US, like a weird southern pavement, but was just Brazil.
Yeah, no, it looked...
Now I do believe this is Argentina, but I don't know how to latitude guess this one.
Yeah, it looks fairly dry and, you know, not much vegetation, so you would think probably somewhat south. It's not going to be up north in Chaco or Formosa, but yeah, there's a lot of roads, a lot of coverage that's been released in Gen 4 recently.
It is actually Mendoza. I did not really think that. Usually I don't consider Mendoza when I see red soil. That's really like a La Rioja. I mean, Rioja literally means red, so it would make sense to be there, but sadly it's not. Well, I feel like I saw miles per hour when we loaded in, so I would imagine we're in the US, even though the orientation of the road is not directly east-west, which usually not very good if you consider US.
Double lines, though, make you a little more confident that it could be the US, and that pole, the insulators on the pole, I think those would be pretty odd for Canada. Looks more like a US design. Could just be some random grid that doesn't follow east-west in one of the states that's slightly less gridded. Ohio makes sense. There's some areas that aren't so gridded in Ohio.
Yeah, I did think maybe East Coast, like Virginia or even Delaware, I considered, but
yeah,
like Midwest or like more Midwestish makes more sense just because of the open space and no houses visible. It is Ohio.
What a guess from Huya.
Not sure how he pulled that one out, but as you said, that's just how he plays in comp, especially.
Yeah.
Usually just those crazy guesses where you can't really explain how he got it in the first place. And we move on to another random forest, as you called it last time. Is it Slovenia again, though? This time a bit different, I feel like.
Yeah, the ferns on the left don't quite scream Slovenia as much to me. So you're zooming into Italy, so maybe we are back in the Alps. It certainly feels European.
Yeah, I considered France for a second just because of the ferns. Usually I do associate with them with that region, but I could still see a Slovenia here.
Yeah. Like many forest locks. It
is, of course. It is Slovenia yet again. And is that enough, though? It might just be enough. We do see Hosuja taking the NMPZ, but it was his pick, so Miko Y shouldn't be too crushed here. We go to game number 2, which will be his pick, and it is no move. Fennep, can you explain no move to us, maybe?
Well, it's like NMPZ, Except you can look around.
Oh.
Boom, job done.
But you cannot move from the spot you're in, right?
Yes. No, you can turn around, but it's like your feet are still clamped to the ground, or your car has a flat tire and you can't move.
Yeah, actually a good analogy, I guess, with the Google car having a flat tire. So yeah, probably gonna start pretty soon.
What map is No Move on for the people watching?
Good question. Let me take a quick peek because I'm not
I
quite
asked
sure.
because I didn't remember.
It is GeoGuessr Saturday, and the NMPZ map was an arbitrary real world. We did switch from A or W from last time because, yeah, a lot of people said it's way too hard, and it is way too hard. I agree, but it was pretty fun. By the way, after this game, I will also.
Continent split.
Ooh, yeah, those look like Espiritu Santo
You know
hills, but
it would make sense as well with the coffee.
Yeah, I've never seen coffee in Vietnam, but it could still exist there.
Yeah.
And it is
just ES. What a guess from Miko.
And Hosudo can be very lucky that it was just a round 1 because multipliers start at the second round. So if he got that round in the round 2 even, that game would have been already over. So he is still alive.
I'm wondering if Huya was somewhat baited by the fact that one of the halves of the camera was like very blurry and smudgy, which you get a lot in Vietnam. You get it a lot where like one half of the pano is like noticeably blurry. We had that in that lock. You can get it in other countries, so I'm wondering if perhaps Huya was baited by that.
Yeah, not quite sure what happened there, but didn't really see the car color either. That could maybe help, but I think Vietnam also has a lot of car colors, more than people think. It's not just black car, a bit of white as well.
I think it was... Actually, I don't remember what. Does Brazil have black car?
I'm not too sure. Don't think so.
I don't know. Odd. Well, then I don't know what the car color was, because my only memory was it being black, but it can't have been if it was Brazil.
Well, I can tell you which country this is, because this does seem oddly familiar. As to where this is, my first thought was... It's like a 50-50. It's either where Hosuja guessed, or it's way northeast in Mecklenburg-Vorpommern. Or just in the middle. Sure.
Works. Downtown Chile? Or Cele? Or how is that pronounced?
Celle. It's weird because it doesn't make... Because usually we follow pronunciation rules pretty well, but that's just one of those towns that's... You just need to know how it's pronounced.
Right, okay. See, in my mind, it has to sound like cello.
Yeah, that would be the correct way to say it.
Okay. I'm glad I'm not going crazy.
Not quite yet. But we do have a Mexico here. I think both of them are in Chihuahua right now, or at least very far northwest.
Makes sense with the valley angle. You can kind of line up the highways, but there's a few valleys that all follow the same angle in Chihuahua.
Yep. Hosuja falling below 1k health, by the way. J-Riddle, thanks for 5 gifted subs. I just saw that on my second monitor.
Yeah, the absolute GOAT. The man has, across the years, donated enough Twitch gift subs to supply a small army.
Yeah, as we go into this round, I first thought we were in Taiwan because of the painting on the guardrail, but we are in Colo. We have the pole paint plus the Colo cross. I don't know if I could see the pole paint correct. Almost looks like the Antioquia one, but I can't quite make it out.
I wonder if Huya has... well, maybe both players. It certainly looks like the Antioquia. And it was. Both players missing it. It was kind of hidden.
I don't know if it was wide enough. Maybe I just imagined it to be there. But obviously with a fancier highway, you usually tend to guess near the capital because it's definitely more developed than the rest of the country. So in that sense, it would make Sense to guess there.
Miko just looking for a round where he can do just enough damage to win. And on 3.5x multis, Peru could definitely do the trick.
Yeah, should
Although
be
both
Peru.
players are sending in the exact same location. So this might not be game. Oh, Huya moving a bit further south.
And it is just downtown Cajamarca, usually something that's very risky to test, but it's still going to be enough. I think the animation they're cutting out, but he's going to be knocked out. And that means, Fenep, I think now you can go over and explain to us. You know, we saw moving duels in the World Championship. What's the difference here in this tournament?
The difference in the pinpointing mode is that getting the 5k matters. If you 4999, then in many cases that can be game over. So both players have a minute 30 to find the 5k. And if you send first without finding the 5k, then your opponent gets a point. But if you 5k and your opponent doesn't, you get 2 points. If you 5k first and your opponent then 5ks later, within the 15-second period, then you get 1 point. And it is first to 7. So pinpointing and accuracy are very much rewarded in this mode. It's a real test of on-the-fly thinking.
Yep. So basically, there's no point in insta-sending. It's literally almost impossible to gain any amount of points there. So you definitely are inclined to move around. And seems like we're jumping in this tie-break game. And it looks like we're starting off in either the UK or Ireland.
With a name like Glencoe, one would think Scotland, surely. Yes, and we've got the thistle on that sign, the symbol of the Scottish Highlands.
See, that's why you're here, because I don't know any of that.
It's that blue thistle. You see it on so many signs in Scotland, so it's a useful confirmation that we are indeed there.
Yep, and we do have Miko zooming into Scotland, so... Ooh, Glencoe... Could that mean lake, like loch?
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's... I mean, it certainly could be in and around all the lochs in Scotland.
Ooh, very good sign here, Oban.
Very good sign. Fort William and Oban both quite notable.
But Huya also finding it without the sign.
Wow. Very impressive zoom. So now it's just a matter of finding the pinpoint. It's always these moments when you're playing that are so nerve-wracking because you want to send... but you also don't want to not send the 5k, but it looks like Huya has that. That intersection looks very good, and he's locked it in.
Yeah, Miko just taking a bit longer. He did have the town names on the signs as a help.
He has Glencoe, though, so if he finds the 5k in the next 4 seconds, he will only lose 1 point, but he's just a bit too far away. 2 points for Huya.
Yeah, just like that, 2 points. I feel like it was very much possible for Miko to 5k that, even though he did find Glencoe pretty late. And then obviously the pressure's on you. You just have 15 seconds, and usually it doesn't really matter in moving duels because you just click the town and you'll lose like 2 points. But here the opponent gains 2 points and you just need 7 to win. So that's a lot of points to lose. As we have both people finding the signs here very, very quickly. Now it's about who just is a bit quicker.
It looks like, there's a couple of intersections that work here for Miko. You've got to verify which one it is. He's locked his guess in. Just got to hope that it's the right intersection.
Yeah, I feel like it's the one that Hosuda's on, so that's going to be 2 points again. 151
and he was on the right intersection and then switched.
Yeah, I feel like you could have used the buildings there because we did not have any buildings to the east, and where he guessed there were buildings to the east. Buildings usually something you can always use when there's just 2 intersections that have the exact same angle. Something to just confirm in cases like that. But yeah, not a great start for Miko here, and Trisha, surprisingly, at least to me, very good moving gameplay so far.
Yeah, he's finding the pinpoints pretty efficiently. It's quite impressive to see. A lot of players in recent times have stepped up their moving and pinpointing skills, which has been really interesting to see, but very cool at the same time. The more movers, the better. Both players in Mexico. There's a ton of info in different forms available in Mexico, whether you've got postcodes or phone codes or just the city name written on a building somewhere. But both players don't seem to have found anything yet.
I think I saw a 448 phone code at the start, or 449, there it is. Aguascalientes.
Yeah, Aguas would make sense.
Now, we're trusting a truck here, but...
I don't know if trusting a truck could be a risky play, but it certainly seems like Huya has more of an idea than Miko.
Yeah, seems like he's now maybe just trying to find anything here, but just so much information available. So you really have to think about what signs to even look at. And he ends up in Aguascalientes.
There is a tie range if both players aren't super close, but Miko getting the point.
Yeah, despite it seemed like to us at least that he didn't have any information available, he does get the point by just clicking downtown Aguascalientes. So just not finding that lineup, even though the truck was pretty misleading because we're at the other side of the town. So you would maybe think it is in the north of the main town as we go into Czechoslovakia. Bridge number could be very good, 17. So we're going to be on the 17 road. That's always very good. And with the town name, that could be a very quick round. Now, I don't think Huya maybe knows.
Ignored the bridge number. He might not have remembered that they are indeed very useful. Miko, though, has locked it already. Yep, exactly as you said, very fast 5K. I mean, bridge numbers are super useful. They have, for people who don't know, they have the road number at the start, so in this case the 19, and then the number of the bridge. So that's how the info is split up. But yeah, very, very useful.
Yeah, and combining that with a town name or a river in general is so very, very helpful. So honestly, just finding a bridge in Czechia or Slovakia is just a guaranteed 5K.
And even if the road is one of those 5-digit numbers, honestly, I have found that sometimes those can be scannable. The road numbers, or at least the first few digits, are quite well organized. So yeah, bridge numbers, some of the most powerful info in all of Czechia.
Yes, we do get a Croatia here. Huya with good info. I did not see the town names at Elf, but they were like 20 kilometers away, or 40 even, so that's going to be definitely bigger towns.
Yeah, now he's got to work out what town he's in. That's looking good, although I'm not sure the road lines up. Ooh. I don't know if the road angle lines up perfectly, but it may just be that his compass wasn't perfectly lined up. But we'll see, checking how the road bends.
Yeah, he's definitely...
and that looks very good.
Yeah, he definitely has figured out where he is, but now it's just finding that correct off-road there. And now I think he does have it. We do have the other one in the south, so that really converts for him.
I don't know. I don't know if Huya has locked in the right spot, though. Yeah, locked in early. He guessed a little too far north.
Yeah, it did have the same like lineup. You had the off-road to the east and then another one to the west to the south. So I do not fault him for guessing there, but he's just out of the 5K radius, which means if you guess early and do not have the 5K, your opponent instantly gets a point. Could even get 2 if he gets the right intersection. So we tie it up here at 4-4.
Yes. I think Huya's mistake there was not properly confirming the curve in the road to the south.
And you know what we have here?
We get a Poland round. Well, Miko will be counting himself quite lucky here. He's already got what looks to be the town, and is now just lining everything up. I mean, this is how it goes sometimes.
Yep, that's just how it goes when you get your home country.
Yep. And Poland, one of those countries where really it can be a big advantage. If you can speak Polish and know a bunch of Polish towns. And that'll be Miko Y taking us to match point.
Yep, so he just needs one more point here, but yeah, as you said, reading Polish pretty helpful, especially on those signs that just have so much text on it. Like a player like me would take ages to figure out what exactly is anything usable on that. So
it's why though it's useful to learn the names of the Polish voivodeships in Polish rather than in English, because you tend to see them written in Polish way more often than English. I was going to say that we should have a Finland round this time to balance things out, but it looks like instead we'll have Malaysia.
Yeah, it says
Is that ever state flag?
Yeah, I could not quite make it out. It says Pulau Ula, so maybe we're on an island? Because of jetty. So could be.
It looks like the east coast to me, but we'll have to see exactly where. What is that sign? Pulau Ula is definitely where we are. Neither player is seeming to get confirmation of a state or an exact location yet.
Yeah, and all signs just barely not readable because of the gen-free coverage. A bit unlucky. But Malaysia is actively working on killing gen-free off anyway, so they're working
Hell on ton, that says for Huya.
That is very good.
And Miko has Kotabaru, which he has found. And now it's a matter of scanning for the 134, which he has.
Ooh, I think we also went over a big bridge, so he could use that. But he will be closer and getting the game point. Not sure if this was just
crucial for Miko there.
Yep. Nice work there. Although he was off to a rough start, I think he was down 4-0, so he finished off the game with 7 consecutive points in a row. But I think the big swing in the game was Tututa missing that 5k in Croatia. I think if he got that, the game would have been 6-3, and then I think he would have probably taken the game. So a bit unlucky combining that, especially with the Poland round just after that. Yeah, it can really break your mental, like losing 4 points just like that. Happens.
Yes. But that is sometimes how it goes. You can't always guarantee that you're going to get countries that are favorable for you. But nonetheless, we have our results here for round 1, or at least half of round 1. What are your thoughts, Ziggy, on how the matchups have gone so far? Any surprises?
Well, we do have Blinky, Consus, Radu, all 3 winning their games. Consus actually a 2-1 against Orion, so winning in pinpointing actually, because none of them picked pinpointing, which is also surprising because I feel like Consus could have just picked that. And then we do have Alfa actually taking out Move. That is a surprise to me, at least. Did not know Alfa is a pinpointing god these days.
Perhaps he won both the no move and the NMPZ.
Yeah, not quite sure what the picks were, but yeah, he takes out Move. So from the 12th seed, taking down the 5th seed. Quite surprised because Move finished first in the qualifying seeds, so beating everyone out there. So at least to me, that's a bit of a surprise.
Yeah. Alfa, again, somebody who has terrorized me many a time in the rank queue. Super strong no move and NMPZ player. So yeah, and not a complete surprise to see him. Although again, against a player as strong and as well-rounded as Moo, it's still an extremely impressive result. And we just get another result coming in. Trisha beating T. Henderson. Yeah. Trisha again, the 3rd seed. So yeah, not an upset. Trisha, I mean, everybody knows, such a strong player, especially in NMPZ.
Yeah,
but also in moving.
Yeah, the game went to pinpointing as the tiebreaker round, and then Trisha winning that one yet again. But I do think it makes sense against the Henderson. I think he would be favored because I have not seen him play a lot of pinpointing or moving in general. So makes sense to me. Well, we do have...
Yeah, I remember in the last season of the Lion's Den dailies, seeing Trisha start to crush it on all of the pinpointing challenges every day, and that was when I realized, oh yes, no, this man has really gotten quite good at pinpointing and moving side of things.
Yeah, I think a lot of players have picked up moving as time went on in GeoGuessr, because at the start I feel like most people thought, okay, we can just skip moving and just play tournaments that are no move NMPZ, but we do see the World Championships not dropping moving anytime soon, and maybe even picking up pinpointing in the future, who knows? But it seems like everyone has realized to become one of the best players in GeoGuessr, you just can't afford to be bad at moving, and now everyone just knows every US area code, max codes, and I'm just sitting here and I don't know any of those. And yeah, that's why I only play moving with Consus, and I just ask him if I see a phone code.
It sounds like a good plan. To be honest, there's stuff that I feel like, oh my goodness, how have I not learned it yet, and how does everybody know this? But yeah, the level is so high these days. Trisha Consus in round 2 should be an excellent matchup. That'll be really exciting to see.
Yeah, I would say maybe Trisha a bit more favored in NMPZ. Consus obviously should be favored in pinpointing, but given what you've just told me, maybe not so. But
yeah, I mean, I'd still probably take Consus as the odds-on favorite, but yeah, it could go either way. I mean, if we get a couple of Belgium rounds, then you know, could swing to Trisha quite quickly.
Well, we'll get to those games very shortly, but before that, I think we're going to take a quick break, so just that the people can catch up the 2 games that are still going on, and also the people have to obviously pick their preferred mode as well. So yeah, we're just going to go to a 5-minute break or something like that, and see you guys after that. It seems like we're back, and apparently we're starting off with Trisha versus Consus, although that was towards the lower end of the bracket, but I don't mind going into that game, to be quite honest. But I do think before we get started with that, let me just read the people who have contributed to the prize pool for today, which is Jay Riddle with 50 yet again, Harper with 20, a person named Edgelord with 50, Ugahart with 25, Boyan himself with 50, FGiva with 10, and then a person named GeoGuessr with 55. I cannot confirm if that is the real GeoGuessr themselves or not, but yeah, thank you to everyone. So that puts us as, I think, at 260. But yeah, thank you very much. And we do see Trisha versus Consus coming up soon, picked from Trisha as the seeded pick. Yeah, it is NMPZ. Any surprise there for you?
No, I mean, we all know just how strong Trisha is at NMPZ, so no real surprise that he's picked it. Yeah, excited to see how this game goes. Hopefully it's a close game and some interesting rounds. Speaking of interesting rounds, is this? Wait, what?
Okay, I'm a bit confused because the pavement looks North American. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say, and then I saw Consus zooming into Europe, and I questioned everything.
I mean, it is a bit weird because we would be looking at the front of the car and we don't see anything. It is definitely possible in North America, especially with the trees. Yeah.
I mean, you get barns that look like that in North America, obviously, but like the barn still looks oddly Scandinavian. But I mean, I think it's just
Yeah, he's putting his pin in the middle of it. I cannot.
Is Consus about to do an Atlantic hedge?
I would trust the pavement and go NA, honestly.
Yeah. I
do. Yeah, he has 3 seconds. And he clicks it.
3 seconds switching.
Oh,
And what a guess from Trisha.
my
Oh
God.
my goodness.
The thing
40
is,
kilometers away.
he was so confident in the area and then actually just looking for like ridges and stuff and actually ending up 40 kilometers away in Pennsylvania. No clue how, but he made it work somehow. But Consus avoiding a bigger mistake there, he could be down a lot more points than he is now as we go into round number 2.
Yeah. Consus swimming into Turkey. Am I looping or is this Mexico? Okay.
Okay.
Consus is really faking me out with all the zooms today. Mountains that appear to be southeast, some big mountains. So I don't mind the Monterey call out from Consus.
Okay, I was actually thinking this would be Greece for a
Oh.
second. We have a wooden pole. It's just like, thought it could be Greece, but both of them zooming into Monterey, it has to be, surely.
Yeah, surely.
As we see, oh, Trisha, he's thinking about Greece, I think.
Oh,
He switched.
oh he switched.
It's Monterey.
It was Monterey. Oh my goodness, what a... Is that game? That's game, isn't it?
That is definitely game, and he can just smile because I cannot fault him. I did think Greece as well, just because the pavement didn't quite look Mexican, but that will just mean that Consus will take the NMPZ against Trisha in 2 rounds. And I was about to say that we picked an easier map this time, but yeah, we definitely had some pretty hard locations in this matchup, I cannot lie.
Yeah. Europe bait in North America, and then the most Greek-looking Mexico of all time.
Yeah, I could not quite make it out, but the shape of the mountains, as you said, they looked quite Monterey-esque. So, but yeah, just the last second switch, it almost looked like he wouldn't switch. He went there with 2 seconds left, and then literally the last second made the switch, which means we will go to game number 2, which is Consus' pick, actually picking no moves. So he does not think he has the upper hand in pinpointing against Trisha, or maybe he thinks he's just that much better in no move.
Yeah. Again, interesting picks, interesting strategy. We'll see whether it pays off. So far, Trisha not winning his pick, so doesn't always go your way. But yeah, we'll jump right in. Looks like we are back in the US.
Definitely the US this time, I think.
Yeah, slightly easier to identify than that first round of NMPZ. We've got double yellow middle lines, which you definitely wouldn't find in many places in Europe at all.
Yeah. But as to where in the US this is, I'm not quite sure. My immediate thought was maybe that we're in the Mississippi Valley somewhere, but at the same time, I could see an East Coast. Perchance?
Yeah. I'm trying to work out what that crop is. I think it might be soy that's being grown in the paddock next to us. Which you can find in quite a few places, but Illinois, Missouri, all around that area. Both players actually very close at the moment, just both in Illinois. Trisha moving to Indiana, switching back, moving further north, and Consus is on it.
Yeah, yet again. Actually, it was Indiana. I think he started there. And Trisha just moving pretty far north for my liking. As we go to, we go from North America to Europe. But this time we do have Bulgarian poles, so should be no hard round here.
Yeah, I don't know the exact distribution of it, but I feel like you get a lot of this sort of spring coverage. You just start to see the green leaves emerging on the trees in Bulgaria.
Yeah,
and combine that with...
No, go ahead.
When you combine that with the poles and the blue antenna, everything works for Bulgaria. But again, I don't know exactly where you tend to find this seasonal coverage, but it's definitely something that some of our players might have looked at.
Yeah, and I think with the slight mountains here, we should be somewhere in the north, usually very far northeast, but could be wrong here. And we're just in the middle.
Southeast.
Would have not expected that to be there, but... Ooh, we might have
are we
some
going to get an
info.
address? Is
That's
that
you.
ever going to be like Nagi-an? That's the only province that I can think of that would fit. But it might not be... Yeah, it's Nagi-an. And Consus instantly zooming into the right province. Trichter having to scan province borders to see if he can find it, but he's a long way too far south, I think.
And Consus
Interesting.
not insta-guessing, though.
He hasn't insta-guessed because I don't know if he knows... And Trichter's found it. If Consus had insta-sent, he might have done big damage. But I think Consus has assumed that Trichter will know the provinces as well, and so he's taking his time to try and find the Huyan, or the district. Vietnam has about 670 districts, which aren't always well labelled on the map, so can be worth learning. But they all sound exactly the same.
Yeah, that's why I'm not learning them. I can barely remember the ones that have a label, or at least like the big provinces. As we correct the score real quick, so it is a 0-1 for Consus, not for Trichter, as it showed earlier. And there we go back. And signs in both directions, but I can't quite make them out.
Yeah. Trisha zooming into Hungary, which is interesting. I mean, is that a Hungarian kilometer marker over there, that green thing by the side of the road?
Would also fit for the holy pole with a trident. Does appear in Hungary and also Romania. But yeah, I just can't quite read it.
For Hungary, which makes sense for Northeast, where Trichter initially clicked. But yeah. This is a hard one. Both players pretty much on the same spot. Oh, Trichter has something that looks good. We'll have to see whether that's a 5k. Ooh. And oh my, what a guess!
That's what we like to see. Taking the pinpointing mode to no move, because why not? Well, 2 rounds in a row with info, not something you get a lot. As we go into nice small cam turkey round, we do have a flat roof with a T-shaped water tank, so we should be somewhere in the southeast. Especially like Gaziantep has a loss, Kahramanmaraş.
Ooh, Trisha zooming in on some big mountains to the north. Those could be quite useful to help line up the location, find a road that fits.
Ooh,
there are a lot of mountains in eastern Turkey.
There's a sign with a road number.
Oh, is that readable? I mean, it's not readable on my screen, but perhaps for our players it is.
And Consus kind of zooming into the area I mentioned that this should be with the houses and the small cam and the season. Usually, like Gaziantep has a lot and Kahramanmaraş. So it would make sense to be there. As we have an Adiaman for Trichter, but I think there should also be small cam there, so we could be there. And he's right on it. Or he was right on it before he switched.
He was, but switched, yeah. Once he zoomed in there, I thought, oh, that looks really good with the mountain ridge north.
Ooh.
And
Japan.
now... Yeah, Japan.
No poles in Japan, just one house to make your guess.
We have a question in chat. Is there still pinpointing mode if you've lost 2-0?
No.
And the answer is no. So unlike the World League, it doesn't matter for points whether it's a 2-1 or a 2-0. It's just about advancing in the bracket. So if you've lost 2-0, then you're already eliminated, so we don't go on and play the final pinpointing match.
Yeah, I do want to say this looks quite southern to me. Maybe like Hiroshima.
Yeah.
But
the rocks almost look kind of volcanic, which admittedly is most of Japan. The island has a bajillion volcanoes. but they do remind me of some of the more southern rocks.
It is quite south. There's going to be definitely some points. And we are back in the US.
Yeah, looks like a concrete road, which might suggest Iowa has just a stupid amount of concrete roads. So if you get one, then odds are you might well be in Iowa. And that is exactly where Consus has zoomed into.
Also fits with I feel like the grayish gravel. I feel like that's also something, usually when you're on a dirt road and it's just gravel, usually you also just guess Iowa, and it's surprisingly a lot of times it's correct. More than it should.
Yep. We have an Iowa on Missouri border call from Daschnutz, who I would definitely trust on US locks more than myself. We'll see where it is.
Well, that's not quite the border, but we'll give it to him. Got the southern Iowa vibe.
Yeah. Right half of the state.
And I feel like this round might just be the famous island.
Yes.
We do have sugarcane.
Yeah, there are a few places in Philippines where you get a lot of sugarcane. Panay is one, and then also the island that if we say the name, we might break too much TOS.
The thing is, back in the day I just used to say it because I mean it's just a term for the island, so
yes,
should be no problems. But I mean, obviously, it's just better to maybe avoid it. But yeah, Consus literally on it, and I do think Trisha will also go there in the end.
Yes, I mean it makes sense with Trisha maybe Trisha considering Luzon.
Yeah, I don't see his pin right now, and he's. Oh, his pin was there the whole time.
He's just baiting us out.
This time, not switching to Greece like last time. And oh, this is New Zealand. I can already tell you that much.
Yes. Well, I'll let you cook on this one.
Well, we have striped blurred car. That is very interesting. Huh. Okay, I'm a bit confused here. Well, it's South Island for sure. Obviously, we have these huge trees. But I can't really tell you where this is. This almost looks like... Yeah, this almost looks like wine. And when you have wine and the valley, mountains south and north, you usually consider Blenheim. Or... Yeah, in general, that region.
Close enough for Blenheim, maybe. The mountains, are they close enough and tall enough? This is an odd location. Maybe it's downtown Blenheim or something.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure. And, I mean, obviously, most of this car is overwritten by now. It's like 2019 coverage, so I'm not quite familiar with this. And yeah, it's just one of those valleys down there. Ah, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
But obviously, both
very close. Heading into round 10. Only about 500 health in it. So yeah, either player is still very much in contention for the win here. We've got this winter coverage in Gen 3.
Back in the day, this is how literally every single location in Bulgaria looked like. Nowadays, thankfully, a lot more Gen 4 makes the country a bit more visibly appealing, at least.
Yeah, I'm sure if this was the only coverage that I was familiar with, then I wouldn't be too keen on doing a holiday to Bulgaria. But having seen some of the beautiful Gen 4 summer coverage through the Balkan Mountains, my opinion has certainly been changed.
Yeah, honestly, back in the day, I thought this is just how Bulgaria looks like, regardless of the season. This was just the default. As we see, Consus quite east for... I mean, we have some hills usually go a bit more west. As we see Trisha, but he's also changing.
Pays off. And it was actually very far east.
Not sure if I'm supposed to get that.
maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that area east is where most of the remaining, like, well, we had the flag on the antenna, and I think that's where. Isn't flag on the antenna supposed to be either Sofia or like Far East? Maybe
You
I'm
tell me.
misremembering.
I'm not really familiar with the Gen 3 Bulgaria metas these days. As we go into an India with, yet again, we do have sugarcane, which is, I feel like, one of the crops that's so identifiable that most people know where it usually grows in the countries that it has.
Yes.
And we do have
Is
Karnataka
that
poles, it
Karnataka
looks like.
poles? Yeah.
And
With
obviously,
sugarcane in Karnataka, you tend to think further north generally,
yeah,
although you can get it throughout most of the state.
yeah. Just like Maharashtra and Karnataka, like on the border, there's like most of it, and obviously in the north in Uttar Pradesh. But we do have a Maha guess. Maybe he's not trusting the poles. Oh, he's switching to Delhi.
Oh, he's switching.
Oh no, Trichter switching
And
all the
it
way up
was
then.
just north of Karnataka, and that'll be game.
I feel like he would have survived there in Maha just because the location was so far in that pocket towards Maharashtra that he maybe would have survived that one. But yeah, Consus taking the 2-0, winning NMPZ and no move, so no need for pinpointing for him.
Wonder what made him switch so far north. Did he ever think he saw a Punjab pole? Because one of the poles looked like there was something going on up the top, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the poles were definitely unusual. I feel like it was not a complete trident. And you also had the bracket in the bottom, which is usually a Maha thing. So I think he just got confused and maybe thought, okay, maybe an area where there's weird poles is the capital, because I do think near Delhi you just get completely weird poles that don't fit any pattern at all. But yeah,
Yes.
Consus sticking with the sugarcane guess and winning that one. So yeah, that's going to be Trichter out, who did place third or fourth last time. So yeah, big win there for Consus. And I'm not quite sure what the sequence will be for the matches, but we do have the other results from the first matches, what we didn't see, which is Faraban against Piquet, a French matchup in which both people picked pinpointing, and the final game mode was no move, so both of them winning one of the pinpointing games, and Piquet winning the no move. Facing Blinky, so he's going to be up against another French person. Wait, so all of these four persons in the top left are French, I just realized. And we also have Kiribati winning a 2-0 against Ricky Beast. And yeah, that makes the quarterfinals complete.
Yes. Got some exciting matchups. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether Miko can hold his own against the reigning world champion Radu C.
And we did mention the results from last time. We did have Consus winning the first GeoClassic, then Blinky winning the second. So we're kind of following the order of the World Championships. So in theory, that would mean that Radu C wins this GeoClassic. And he's going up against Miko.
Yes.
He did have the first pick, and he went for pinpointing, if I'm not mistaken. There we see it. No surprise, I think.
Yeah, Radu, I mean, doesn't compete in some of the moving leagues, but still one of the best pinpointers out there. Years and years and years of speedrunning experience, and a super scary opponent to face in this 5King mode. Yeah, really excited to see him put his skills on display on the big screen. Yeah.
Yeah, this time he doesn't have to move through rural South Africa for 15 minutes because ARW just put a location there with no info inside. So he's definitely going to be happy about that. So not going to be easy for Miko, I can tell you that much. I mean, obviously you're going against the reigning world champion, so he's just going to be good at every game mode anyway, because you just need to be a balanced player. And we're waiting for Miko,
But
apparently.
You never know. We've already had one Poland lock from Miko. Maybe we'll have a second.
And wow, we don't need to move, I think, because that's a very big town there, Aviciar.
Yes.
Sorsele, I've also heard before.
Yeah. I'm reminded of Avatsiar. There's an ACW lock in downtown Avatsiar that has Avatsiar written on a building that's quite hidden. And I believe I've done big damage in a couple of duels from getting that lock. But as we speak, as I'm yapping, RC has already 5k'd because he's just that fast.
I was about to say he already has his guess down, so I guess that was very, very quick. Already taking 2 points for him, and if that's the pace at which we're going, we're definitely going to have a shorter tournament. And we do have another Sweden location.
Yeah, I feel like perhaps Miko's undoing in that last round was that he couldn't find Sorcele. But hopefully he'll have a bit better luck scanning for towns this round.
Oh, he has a good sign there.
Ostersund is... Ostersund and something else. Onga. Where would that be?
That's also on the screen, and they're both the same kilometers away, so I feel like we should be somewhere. He has to triangulate where he is. And it seems like he has it. Now it's just about finding the pinpoint.
Yeah, looking for a road that lines up, but it's interesting because nothing seems to be fitting with the grid. Although, there we go. Yeah, that looks good.
Yep, that looks very good. Not putting his guess
down.
Taking
the time to confirm it, locking it in. He has clicked a little far north. He should still be within the 5k range, but it's a little bit scary.
85
meters away. He is fine, but I was a little bit worried when I saw how far north along the road he'd clicked.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, Radu, looking at that one sign which said Helso Central, which he thought was just Central Helso, so he thought that would be the town name. Just a bit unlucky.
It seems it means health center.
Ooh.
Radu might well have been scanning for pharmacy.
Yeah, it happens. It's like scanning for Kukusta in Finland, kinda. I've definitely done that before. And now India, very, very tough moving, especially in those urban environments. Even if you find the right town, finding the pinpoint here might be quite the task. We are in Andhra Pradesh or Telangana. I don't know which one.
Should be it's Telugu language, but that can be found in both states. Haven't seen anything yet. I only just started learning how to read these in the last few days, so my reading is not very good, so I'm not going to try and read anything because I still haven't properly finished solidifying the alphabet. But I don't know if either of our players know how to read the Telugu script either.
It seemed like Radu tried, but then stopped because he couldn't find any town that matched it.
Yeah. Perhaps he was going to attempt to character match.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's in Nellore. That's pretty far south.
Ooh,
and Miko in Tamil Nadu.
Oh, he mixed up the scripts. No.
I think he's mixed up the scripts. Oh, Jeff.
It definitely still happens to the best. I think, especially at the start, when I didn't bother with India at all, I did mix up those scripts, especially the Odisha script, because it doesn't appear on the map, so you can't really compare it at all. And that's why I almost always just missed Odisha. And speaking of countries that are pretty hard in moving, I think Oman is also not very easy, personally.
Yeah. So much written in Arabic. Often very hard to find English language info. Neither of our players opting to look for bin numbers, which we'll see whether that ends up being a misplay. But bin numbers, the prefix of a little like barcode or serial number on the bins, can actually be quite useful in Oman. for telling you the general region. But our player's looking for better info, and Miko has a blue sign that could be quite useful.
Could not read it,
I didn't
but
catch what that said, but it may have said something indicating the town name. Scanning in and around the Nizwa area. I'm wondering if he's scanning there because he's seen something that says Nizwa, or he's just looking for places that have mountains north. I wonder if it's the latter because he's scanning further.
And surprisingly, Radu just guessing there as well, even though he did not have any sign in Latin script. And whoa.
Miko is on it. I don't know what he had there on that sign. So, okay, it did say Nizwa from Blinky. Good to know. I guess my reading speed is just bad. Because I did not catch what it said on the sign.
Yeah, we're getting country after country where knowing other scripts is very crucial to...
Yes.
I mean, obviously, you can play Thailand with just knowing the abbreviations for the states, but when you get those classic green signs that have a lot of text, you kind of need to know all the letters as well.
And you just hope that they're written in a font that is legible.
Oh, Fichit?
But Fichit is a province, so Radu will definitely know where that is, and he's presumably reading the distances to these other towns.
Well, for the pinpoint at least, we have a river.
Yeah. Miko coming up to the same area, so he might get the same signs as Radu. Yes. There we are. That'll be the same sign, Fitchit, and some other town. Oh, and Radu has a provincial road on that blue sign. So that'll say the province number.
Ooh,
and he has it. Nice find from Radu.
Now he has 15 seconds to find the exact intersection or bend we're on. And it wasn't quite obvious where we moved.
Not the easiest task. Yeah, this is a case of how well does he remember what turns he took and which direction did he come from. And not quite the 5k. So it won't be 2 points for Radu, but he still maintains a lead over Miko.
Yeah, he actually gains a point there. Almost looked like a tie to me, at least. They were so close to each other. And we go into the beautiful Gen 4 coverage that is now available in Ecuador. Kind of a roller coaster. We had Gen 3, then all the shit cam came, and now we're kind of blessed with at least our coverage, although it is pickup.
Yeah, huge amounts of new Gen 4 releasing in the last little while. Blinky zooming in around Quito. I'm wondering if he saw...
Blinky,
perhaps...
You reckon?
Oh, Blinky, Radu. I mean, looking at Blinky's messages in chat.
To be fair.
And I have confused the two. But yeah, Radu zooming in. I'm wondering if he's looking at a big city north and just trying to line it up. But there's a lot of windy roads south of Quito, and this pinpoint could be an absolute nightmare.
I mean, we're just getting very hard rounds, I have to say. I mean, getting thrown into these locations, not only is the pinpoint hard, the finding information is one thing, then being able to actually read or have anything to do with the information is another thing. So they're definitely getting tested, even though we do have a provincial. Tungurahua should be the Ambato one?
Yes.
Right?
Miko doesn't know them off the top of his head, but yeah, I'm pretty sure
forever.
Tungurahua is the Ambato one. So we should be just south of Ambato. Radu has been opting to just try and line things up this whole round. And we'll see where that pays off. He ends up being in Ambato, and I think that'll be a tie.
That is a tie. Although we were quite
Radu barely
close.
moved that entire round and still pulled off a tie.
Okay, this time with a lot of info, there seems to be a road number. We're near a big town. There's a big intersection. We could see some very quick 5Ks here. Already have the town name there.
Jukuturu looking like the town name, and then it's a matter of prioritizing which info you look at first, and Radu has it.
Wow. Okay. He locked it in.
This is odd. He's locked it in? Okay. For a moment I thought it was wrong because the road angle looked odd, but then I realized that Radu had turned off onto the T intersection.
And that's going to be 2 points for him yet again. Yeah, this is where the pinpointing practice really comes to shine. You just have a lot of information available. Now you just have to think in your head, which one do I prioritize? Is it a phone code, which doesn't really help? And
yeah. Have Casa de Balancan. Isn't that like a
Tabasco
town? That's like a big town or something. I
There it
swear I've
is.
heard of Balancan. Yeah. Tried to finding it instantly. Now it's a matter of finding the pinpoint.
Yeah, it says like Casa de Guadalupe, but I don't know if it's like just like an institutional name or actually a town near it.
It may
Could
be a
both.
smaller yeah, Miko's got a sign looking west to Balancan, but he doesn't have a state, and he's zooming in Yucatan.
Yeah, he didn't quite read the sign on the building we had at the spawn, which did have the Tabasco crest.
Zooming further west, will he see it if he keeps scanning into Tabasco? But it looks like Radu has it anyway.
Yeah, it's tough to scan it because this just looks like Yucatan to me. So scanning that far west is tough.
There's a lot of sort of marshy floodplain areas on the north coast of Mexico, down between really from eastern Veracruz to the Yucatan Peninsula. They can all look very similar. But yeah, Radu has the same signs and is now looking for Plan de... Oh, there we are, Plan de Guadalupe, and that's what it said on the building at the start. This should be the 5k for Radu.
Yep, that's not only be a 7 free win, that's an 8 free win. Kind of an overkill, but that's going to be game number 1 going to Radu, but it was his pick. But it looked quite close in the start, but then we just got rounds that were super hard. And at the end, we just got rounds that were pretty easy if you have a lot of experience in moving, and Radu definitely showing off there.
Yeah, unfortunately for Miko, not properly checking for the building was what cost him there. If he had seen the Tabasco, then he might have had a better shot at matching Radu on that round. But we move on to the next game, which is Miko-wise pick, which is no move.
Picking no move against Radu C, that's pretty ballsy, I have to say. I feel like
to be fair, what isn't a ballsy pick against Radu? NMPZ, I guess?
If I think about who is like the best no move player right now, I do think Radu might just be it, given his consistency.
But, yeah, I guess perhaps the only strategy is to pick NMPZ, which in some ways can be the most random mode, and just hope that Radu doesn't recognize a location. But really, any mode is scary against the reigning world champ.
That is true. As we start off in a nice field, in which looks like the Netherlands at least.
Yeah, I mean, it's so flat that it has to be somewhere in the lowlands.
Yeah, obviously Germany is possible, but with the pavement looking like this, I do not quite recall Germany looking like this. I do think we're kind of towards the north of the Netherlands. And we actually have Radu in Germany. Wow.
Oh my god, what a guess. Okay. I mean, speaking of best no-move player in the world right now, I mean, with a guess like that, how can you argue against it? What a guess.
Yeah, Miko lives in the Netherlands, that is true. So maybe he has had the home field advantage, but it wasn't his home field. It wasn't the wrong field. As we go into this round, what is this? Is this like California? Yeah,
looks like California. I mean, Radu probably didn't scout this exact location out on his recent trip to TwitchCon in San Diego. But he will have at least seen California most recently.
True.
But out of our two players, but both players zooming into California, I think. I can't see exactly where Radu's pinned down is. All I can see on his screen is Nahavo Nation, which I don't think is where he's going to... Oh, wait, no, that's Miko. I've mixed up who's on the left and who's on the right. Oh, Jeff.
At least Binky's not playing this time, but...
Okay.
We do have both in Cali, and even though I did not see a Cali poll, I think the landscape should just be Cali.
Yeah, Miko pretty far south. It's kind of in between the two, but Radu is closer.
Yep. Brazil, no transformer. Where could we be?
I still know diddly squat about Brazilian polls, other than we have no supports on this round, so we should be somewhere in the northeast. Over to you, Ziggy.
Yeah, that is a good thing, but why is that... Okay, that poll is weirding me out a bit. I do think we are in the northeast, obviously, but guessing within the northeast, don't even ask me. With mountains like these, I usually consider like maybe even Sierra. But we have Radu going all the way down in southern Bahia. That's very far away from what I thought and very far away from Miko's pin.
Yeah, southern Bahia is an interesting call. But perhaps there is something about this location that he knows that we don't, whether it's the insulators or everything else. Kuribas saying that there's a hole without support, so probably Bahia.
Okay, wow. I guess we maybe had a mix.
Hole with there. Yeah, with mixed support, Bahia makes sense.
Yeah.
For a moment, I was very confused because it's like I'm pretty sure you can get polls without support in a lot of states, but yeah, a mix of supports is common in Bahia. And very good guess from Radu.
Yeah, seems like the health is glitched or something, but surely we will figure this one out. Well, the health is definitely not fixed, but there we go.
Boom.
Boom, there we go. We are in Russia.
Now, game so from Radu.
You as the Russia expert here, which road is this?
Is this... this is weird. Is this ever the road east of Yakutsk out to Magadan?
I mean,
it certainly looks like it with how the dirt road.
Both players zoom there.
Yeah, this looks like the... What do they call again? Like the Highway of Bones? Or something is the name. The story behind it is that there's bodies of thousands of workers who helped to build it, buried underneath the pavement.
What pavement? Look pretty unpaved to me.
Well, there's no gravel.
But not only did he get the road, he got within 8.2 kilometers. So even though Miko getting the road as well, it's
still 1,000 odd damage.
Yeah, he's facing elimination because let's not forget he does not only need to come back in this one, he also needs to win NMPZ after. So it's not looking easy.
Ooh. No, there doesn't appear to be any useful information written on that sign. So nothing that'll indicate to our players the province, but with how flat it is, everything in this location to me, the number of sort of coconut palms as well, everything seems to indicate that we would be in South Vietnam near Ho Chi Minh City. Of our players getting that, and Radu maintaining the flawless. Can Miko win a round? Yeah,
winning one round is definitely needed, at least. As we go into another Vietnam. Again, just something that could have potential, but it looks very small.
Too small to read anything.
And
this one's a little bit harder to region guess.
Yeah, honestly, region guessing Vietnam without anything else. We do have like the... Not sure how you even call that palm in general. Usually you see it a lot in West Sumatra, but almost looks like that one.
Yeah,
I
I mean, if either of our players were clicking West Sumatra on this location, then I don't think it would end very well for them. Would be a bit of an oversight to miss the large Vietnamese flag hanging on the building. Radu extending quite far north, Miko in the middle, and it's flawless all the way from Radu.
Yep, flawless all the way, flawless 2-0 victory. Although the pinpointing technically wasn't flawless, but yeah, I feel like that's what I said. Picking no move against Radu, pretty ballsy move, but I mean, at one point you probably have to play no move anyway, so might as well try it here. But yeah, there's
when
gonna
he came out with that first round Germany guess, it kind of felt inevitable.
Honestly,
just
yeah.
a class performance.
Other than maybe the copyright, I don't know how you sent Germany there as a sane person.
Yeah.
Because I just don't associate that pavement with Germany at all. But yeah.
Very impressive.
And maybe we can take a quick look at the bracket. But maybe we also need to update the script or something. There we go.
We also have a shout out to DiffK for the $50 donation. Thank you very much. What does that bring our price pool now to?
310, I think.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
Should be 310. And we do have our first semi-final locked in, which is Radu C against Consus. So that's pretty big, I would say.
That is a big matchup. Current and former world champion going head to head.
Yeah. Next up will be Kuribas against Alfa. I think the modes will be a pinpointing pick from Kiribati. There we see it. Yep. And it seems like Alfa went for NMPZ as his pick. So that's interesting. But yeah, obviously Kuribas, honestly, probably one of the best moving players, especially in like duels. So and he's also very good at pinpointing, which
yes,
if I'm Alfa, I would be quite afraid.
I quite like the pinpointing into NMPZ combo. Should be a lot of fun.
And then you just have the middle ground as the decider, which is no move.
Yes.
But honestly, I feel like no move and NMPZ very similar, although they're different enough, I would say, that it warrants them to be separate modes.
Yeah. I think especially these days, no move kind of distinguishes itself from NMPZ with how good people are getting at like recognizing mountains and lining up mountain ranges. The amount of stuff that people can 5k in no move these days is honestly quite remarkable, you know.
And you're also forgetting the big one, the car and copyright. Also something that's quite limited at NMPZ.
Yes.
But we do start in a mode where current copyright not the biggest help usually, because finding the exact pinpoint doesn't really help you to know where the rough region. As we jump into Argentina, I would say.
Yeah, a 376 phone code, which would be great if I remembered Arch phone codes to more than 2 digits. But it should be pretty far north. Kuribas zooming into Posadas, I believe that was what he zoomed into.
Yep, Lago Posadas. He has
already,
the grid, so...
Yeah. Already looking for Alfa also zooming into Posadas, so now it is a scanning race, but it looks like Kuribas might already have the road. Is the street that he's on marked? I don't know if it had the street name, but he used the alternating thing with like a road going south close to one going north. So using the layout of the roads, a really key part of pinpointing. And Alfa not quite able to lock in the 5k, so it'll be 2 points for Kuribas.
Pretty close there. I feel like both of them saw Posadas on a street sign, and because I didn't see anything else indicating the town.
Yeah.
And it seems like we're back. We do have a similar sign, this time in red. Not something you see a lot in Argentina. I've not seen that. before, I think.
Yeah. Perhaps that's knowable for somebody who's studied every town sign in Argentina, which I feel like is probably somebody in the GeoGuessr community who would just go and make a library of all of that. But I certainly don't know them. Yeah, our players will have to rely on finding more info. And Alpha has some great signs, it looks like.
Yeah. Kuribas also finding them now, so now it's about who can use it faster. Harana on a sign, obviously big. 67 away.
Yeah, Alpha just trying to triangulate to where we are right now. He has Ruta Nacional number 14, which is interesting. That's 17 kilometers away, so that indicates that he might be further north. Meanwhile, Miko might already have the town. I think that works for the distance.
Yeah, I think he is in the
looks
correct
like
town.
It might... Yeah. Alpha not seeming to be able to figure out the triangulation here. Kuribas just looking for the pinpoint.
Cannot find it though. It was a different roundabout we got to. It was not the one in the middle that looked way bigger anyway. So that's why he was not scanning there at all. It was just like a split in the road. And then later on we went into an actual roundabout.
And I've called one of the players Miko. Oh my goodness, I'm so bad with names. I do this all the time.
It is quite early for you, so you are excused.
And we have Romania, which I believe would be one of probably my locations. I mean, this is a computer-generated map based on it's a computer-modified moving world. Yeah, this should be near to where I selected out a location. We'll see if our players can find it. Kuribas has already locked it in.
Yep, looked like a quick 5k for him, and Alpha also finding it, but still gonna lose 1.40.
Damage control. But yeah, still quite the lead for Kuribas.
Well, country's gonna be easy here. There's a US flag. Does look like somewhere in the west with big hills there. So definitely something like Idaho, maybe.
Kuribas zooming into what looks like the southwest corner of Wyoming, but that might just be a zoom just to be zoomed in rather than trying to pick an exact region guess. He'll need to find more info anyway.
Yeah, we're moving opposite direction. We have Kuribas going towards the east, Alpha moving west, so we will have different information available, and it seems like Kuribas found a main road here. Has a phone code, 307.
307, which is Wyoming. So yeah, looks like nothing on that adopt a highway sign.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure where this would be in Wyoming because it did not feel like it at all.
Yeah, maybe it's southwest. I mean, it kind of feels close to Idaho. Or maybe it's over northeast. Interesting mountain on Alpha's screen.
Well, he knows it's Wyoming
now. Wyoming state flag.
So
he'll know that it is definitely Wyoming. FPV doesn't seem like much. And I don't know what Kuribas had on his screen. I guess he was just scanning for a grid-like area.
Yeah, did not quite see it either, but did not quite find the 5k, but still gonna be obviously very much closer. So he at least gets 1 point. So technically a match point from now on onwards if he gets 2 points.
Yes, if Kuribas finds the 5k and Alpha doesn't, then it could be game right here. And Kuribas is in the poop cam.
Yeah, we love to see it. It was very necessary for Google to upload this, obviously.
Yes.
And oh no,
Fornos.
place
I'd
names.
have never heard of either of those towns, so they're probably not that big.
Honestly, yeah, town names in Portugal can be very useless.
Yeah, a lot of very, very, very tiny towns that you think, oh, maybe I could scan for that, and then as it turns out, you need to be on Zoom level 14 for the town name to even show up.
Yeah, sometimes
Both
not
players
even.
having a go. Yeah, but both players having a go at scanning while moving about because there's nothing else you can really do.
That looks like a more official sign. But I think that's the
I
same
think
place name Kuribas had on an earlier sign, so...
Yes. Zambuhal on a sign for Kuribas, which I don't think is any bigger.
No, that was also the town we're in.
Kuribas a fair bit further north than where Alpha is scanning. Could this ever be a tie range thing?
Nope.
Yeah. Kuribas will take the point there. 6-0. It is do or die here for Alpha in this next round.
Rounds, plural. He needs to win everything from now on. And as we just saw the zoom in on the map, those place names were not findable at all. Even if you have a pretty decent region guess, you will not zoom in that far.
Is that Mymensingh? Yeah, it is Mymensingh.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Mymensingh a pretty big city. The pinpoint may not be super easy, even with the divided road.
Yeah, although it is quite straight, so could be doable.
Alpha has a sign with a further, like, sub-region of Mymensingh, but that could just be a suburb.
I mean, we have a big body of water, but it's always hard to say whether something is mapped in Bangladesh or not, especially according in.
Kuribas locking in his guess. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, seems like he found a smaller town that was referenced on that poster earlier.
Or he just lined up the road.
Okay, wow.
That's a crazy one, though. That's very impressive.
That's a crazy one, and that's going to be 8-0. You cannot win any better than that, because that's actually the maximum score.
Very, very impressive.
But going from that, we will now obviously go to Alpha's pick, which is NMPZ, so we'll switch it up completely from having a lot of panels. We just get one frame. Apparently he still character compares, but I don't know if he does, because that does not look like someone who character compares, especially with the smaller place name. But
I feel like once you do it enough times, character comparing almost becomes reading. You've seen the districts enough times that you don't even have to character compare, you just know the rough shape of what each district looks like.
Yeah, I mean, there's just some letters that are very distinct, I would say, like the NG sound we see in Mymensingh at the end, just like the circle with the thing under it. I feel like that's just like one of those letters that even I recognize. So,
or the poor suffix.
Yep, the poor suffix.
Oh dear, which road is this?
Well, good question.
Wait, what is that road angle? Is it Queensland? Ever. I can't see the car color.
Yeah, that's very bad. My immediate thought was maybe something towards Birdsville.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Kuribas clicking far north New South Wales, the road out to Tibooburra. I don't know if I like that guess.
It is Cooper PD.
It's an off-road out to Cooper PD.
Yeah, it's the very new coverage, the 25 white car, I think it is.
That's
or is it red? No, it's red car. It's red car. Yeah. It went to like Cooper PD and like the road north of it as well. Quite interesting. Yeah. They always drive there, but they never drive all the way up to what is it called? I forgot the name.
Oh, we've got quite the split here.
Oh no, we have an instant lock.
Alpha has... Is it blurred antenna?
I mean, that's what he thinks, but that still exists in both places.
Yeah.
And That
Oh my
might
goodness.
be the game.
That's game.
That is game. Game and match.
Twice now. That's twice now that we've had NMPZ ending on round 2.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, as you pointed out, it was Blurred Antenna, but that also exists in Sakhalin. So
Yes.
cannot
Just
only
an
be a
oddly
Sugut.
sandy Sakhalin, which makes sense for why Alfa clicked Surgut, but it was not Surgut sand, it was Sakhalin sand.
Yeah, I guess the trees were maybe a bit too short for Sugut, but although not sure how far
Yeah.
north the Gen 3 coverage still goes.
That highway is also just kind of knowable, but easy to forget if you haven't seen it in a while. It does only come up every now and then, every few thousand locks or so that you play through. So yeah, easy to forget that it exists, because it does look a fair bit like Surgut.
Yeah, people in chat are saying correctly that maybe AirW or Arbitrary Ruler is too hard and we should switch back to the map we had last time, although I do not quite agree. I feel like we're just getting a few hard locations here and there, especially in the Trichter Consus match. That was definitely something.
But yeah, quick 2-0 from Kuribas.
And that means we have 3 out of the 4 people for the semifinals locked in. I think we have one more game to go. Surely sarcasm? Yeah. Surely.
No, there's no way we could possibly have a favorite in this next matchup.
Oh, is it the Blinkster playing? I mean, you called a lot of people Blinky. You called RC Blinky earlier, so seems like you're thinking quite highly of him. He is going up against Piquet, which I also played yesterday in the Harrier tournament, funnily enough. And we do have Blinky with the first pick, obviously, and what a surprise, he picked Pinpointing, as the French do.
Even against a strong pinpointer like Piquet, it's no surprise that the best pinpointing player in the entire world picks Pinpointing. There really is nobody that can quite match his speed and accuracy in this mode.
As of now, yes.
Yes.
Surely, maybe in the future. But we have the kind of same sequence this time. We do start off with Pinpointing, then we move to NMPZ yet again. So we do have the clash of the game modes, and if the third mode is needed, we have no move on deck. But perhaps Blinky might not need that third game. Who knows?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if anybody can ever challenge Blinky for the crown of best moving player in the world. But for years running now, it seems like that title is just firmly his. But perhaps one day.
I feel like Malfunction is pretty good. I mean, Kuribas also. I feel like they're pretty good. But if you combine that with no move knowledge as well, you kind of still end up with Blinky these days.
And and I think, it's difficult to match just the sheer speed with which once Blinky has the general area, he can narrow down the pinpoint. Surely it'll be me if I was playing on non-Australian ping.
Yeah, the Australian ping is also very noticeable in like VCs. I feel like every time I say something, I have to feel like, okay, I have to, point out that you will hear what I say like 1 second later. It's not something to easily balance out, but enough talk. Let's see how Blinky does it in person this time. We did not see his first match, obviously, but let's see how he can work his magic. Yep.
Yeah, we get a 902 area code, which on Piquet's screen, which should confirm that we are in, I believe, either Nova Scotia or New Brunswick or PEI. But with the double yellow lines, as are definitely most common in Nova Scotia. Piquet with assigned to Windsor, and Blinky with what looks to be pretty much the 5K. I assume he's seeing a road number somewhere.
Yeah, Piquet has both town names, and Blinky has finally locked in his guess. I feel like he was waiting there for quite some time. Maybe just checking every single intersection it could be, in theory. And that's going to be 2 points.
Yep. And I've realized that I've said that New Brunswick was part of the 902 area code, but I don't think it is. I don't know what I am smoking. But, yeah. Luckily, I'm not playing.
The thing is, I can't even correct you on that because it's not like I know any better. So, especially these phone codes in North America, like Canada, US, Mexico, can stay very far away.
We have what looks to be a character road for, or is it just the 108? It might just be a national level road. On blinking screen. Both players scanning in the same area of Taipei. It's going to be
Taipei downtown, very gridded.
Yeah. It's a lot of roads to narrow down. But Biquet actually looks like he might have something. Or not.
Or not.
Looked like he had a confident zoom, but seems like he's still needing to find more info.
Yeah, we're also on a quite small road.
Blinky now have a grid that looks good. Is he going to lock it in?
I think he's going to confirm and then he locks it, yes. And it looks very good. You have a very small wide road, but it's still split. Definitely something you can find on the map, but Biquet doesn't seem like he will get there in time.
That will be Blinky going up 4-0. Dominant start so far.
Took him a while though, because we were actually not quite downtown. A bit further away, both of them finding the 108 road very early on, but then Blinky deciding to scan further out after some time and instantly finding the 5K.
Western Cape, which is still a big area, and mountains to the north, essentially, which is interesting.
Biquet has like a municipality name, like has something. I could not quite read it. So he has something to work with.
Yeah, both players zoomed into a similar area currently, just southeast of Cape Town.
Yeah, he saw water.
And Blinky has locked in his guess.
That's not good if you're Biquet. But he has the info now. Can he get at least
Blinky?
one?
Ooh.
Nope.
Not quite. I think Blinky just scanned for the mountain ridge, honestly.
Hey, if it works, it works. Can't blame him. That's going to be 6-0.
Yeah. No, his ability to just line up formations like mountain ridges and everything is just so impressive. We've got, the Netherlands here? And prove a little bit tricky sometimes in the Netherlands to make your way out of the suburbs to find a sign with useful info, but looks like Blinky has picked a pretty efficient path.
Yep, definitely better signs than what Biquet is looking at right now. We do have Amsterdam 18 kilometers away, Utrecht, so you can definitely triangulate yourself here.
Looks like Blinky has found the town and is just going back to confirm that he has the right roads, and he's locked in his guess. It's just crazy how fast the man is.
So if he has the 5K, he cannot lose, basically, because that guarantees him 1 point. So yeah, we might see the game here. And yep, he wins 8-0.
That's GG.
That's GG. That's just 4 rounds.
There's not much you can do against somebody that fast and that locked in.
Yeah, also just very efficient path there yet again. I feel like, as you said, it's not easy to find out of those places. Biquet eventually found out, but didn't have the other town names to kind of triangulate where he is. He just had Amsterdam with an unknown distance. So couldn't really quite find it out. So that's going to be 1-0 towards Blinky. And now we have Biquette picking NMPZ, as I said earlier. So I don't know if that's his preferred mode in general, but I think maybe that's just the mode where he thinks he has the best chance of beating Blinky, which probably I would agree with NMPZ.
Yeah. Can be the most random mode. We've had a few games end as early as round 2 today, so yeah. Definitely the mode where I think he might have the best chances.
And funnily enough, all games in the quarterfinal ended 2-0 so far. So it's kind of foreshadowing, maybe. But who knows?
Maybe we'll have the exception to prove the rule. As we load into something where I'm going to call the wrong continent.
Yeah, it looks like one of those RGUS toss-ups.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And the sun is south. Okay.
Okay, well then it should be.
I'm guessing Las Vegas here. Like downtown somewhere. We do see the cat in
like
Utah.
Southern Nevada.
Blinky? No zoom yet. There he goes.
That's up for the US.
And he does go near
So
Las
on the one
Vegas.
hand, it's lovely that Arj has got a bunch of Gen 4, but on the other hand, it does make these toss-ups a little bit difficult sometimes, especially if you don't have a good view of which direction the sun is in.
Yeah, and if it's not exactly south, it's kind of useless anyway. If it's like west or like southwest, it doesn't really help you.
Yeah.
So there's still some difficult toss-ups. And speaking of...
I feel like the default guess here is Sweden, but it could also be Finland.
Okay, I thought it's Norway.
Yeah, I mean, it really could be all three in Fennoscandia. But we'll see. Biquette zooming into Finland, but switching back. Blinky in Finland.
Yeah, I mean, I do not see any copyright here, but oh my lord, we're almost in Russia there, but...
Oh my goodness.
Still in Finland, Blinky yet again getting the country correct and getting the Kenner region yet again, so has a commencing lead as we go into what looks like is Namibia.
Yeah. What have we got?
Well, sand.
East road angle? Should be east of, like, Gobabis or something. I mean, Blinky's road angle looks very good.
That's scary, but...
I like that a lot.
Surely he can't be always correct. Surely.
I don't know, that looks very good to me. But it's not, it is just near Gobabis. Makes sense.
Oh.
With the light soil color and the sandy road.
Oh my, what is that? Is that like a painted Czech bollard, or because this does not look like Czech here?
Yeah, what?
We had like a red something there.
Can't see it too clearly. Blinky zooming into what looks like Hungary. Biquette in Germany.
Okay, wow.
That's quite the split.
I don't know. I'm trying to like Denmark. Huh.
I don't know about Denmark. The pavement quality.
I mean, if it is just a Czechia bollard, then yes, like they do have colored bollards in like orange and blue. You see them a lot, but this road does not feel Czechia to me. It is Poland.
It's Poland.
Wow, is that enough?
No, not quite, but very close. You kept hanging on by a thread.
Poland actually makes sense. We had Polish trees, and we had Polish trees. Yeah, even though Blinky's wrong, he's correct, if it makes sense. And now this looks like the road, yeah. I mean, I think it is where Blinky is, because we're driving south, and so we should be on the part that goes back to Alberta.
Yeah, kind of famous road. We can't... not on the road. So this will definitely be game.
Oh my god. Okay. 695 meters on a straight road. Why
Okay,
not?
dude.
All right. That's going to be GG. I feel like the cat
Almost
knew
5.
which road it was, but he couldn't find it. Maybe.
Yeah.
Because he definitely looked at the right area. And that's going to be, yet again, a 2-0 for the winner of the quarterfinals. Blinky taking it. Yeah, those NMPZ games. I mean, even though we switched to an easier map, I feel like we just get some super tricky locations. Like, I'm not sure what that
Yeah.
Poland round was.
Definitely some curveballs that are tripping some of our players up, but not quite as many as a rural world contains.
Yeah, I mean,
Quite.
I can tell you, casting that was almost always you have to consider every single country on every single round. I mean, we got some Sri Lanka round, which looked like nothing I've ever seen before because we did hide low camp, for instance, and then you just get locations where you would never think of it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's some people have said, on an AI generated or a computer generated map, you will still get locations that are feel like bait handpicked locations. They just come up less frequently, but they're still out there, and you can still happen into them by chance or by a computer randomly picking out locks. So yeah, you can still get some very diabolical locks even on computer-generated maps.
Slash Peak saying, "Who would have thought?" He's just fueling the fire there. As we have the first semi-final coming out, which will be Radu C versus Consus, we have the world champion of 2025 going up against the world champion of 2023. In fact, 3 out of the 4 people in the semis are former world champions, plus Kuribas. So that means he's going to win next year. Well, that's just how it is, as somebody pointed out in chat. But yeah, Radu has the pick, and he picks pinpointing. Thoughts?
Ooh. That's an interesting pick. I mean... Yeah, actually, I don't know why Radu has picked that. I mean, he is very, very good at pinpointing, so I imagine he just backs himself in that mode best. Perhaps he feels like it's the least random, so least likely to maybe go the other way to Consus.
Okay, I'm very confused because apparently Consus' pick is no move.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm very surprised. Like, if it was the other way around, I feel like it would not have been a surprise, but that's kind of not what I expected. Maybe... I don't know what's going on, to be quite honest.
Okay, where is this location?
Australia, you tell me.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to narrow it down. What does it say on the bins? I cannot read that.
But you don't know every logo.
I haven't seen that one before, to be quite frankly honest with you. This is moving into Gen 1 there for a second. I mean, this looks like Kuma. If I was to take a guess. But we'll have to see.
Ooh, it says something there. Sinchi River?
Sinchi River. Oh, is it Tumbarumba?
Tumbarumba.
Tumbarumba is indeed chain hire. It makes sense. You get a bunch of chain hire shops down near the Snowy Mountains. So yeah, it's definitely somewhere. Jindabyne. Okay, yeah. With 28 from Jindabyne, are we like in Adaminaby? We might be in Adaminaby or something. We could just be in Kuma. Maybe Berrydale. Yeah, maybe Berrydale works best. I have 100% been here. And Radu has locked in his guess.
Seems like he knew which street name he had at the start, so backtracking was quite fast for him. And Consus getting in Kuma. Not gonna be there.
And it was just Berrydale.
Yeah, famous
well,
town.
Well, glad that my initial I have been to Berrydale. But yeah, glad that my initial call out of Coomer was accurate.
And we go into a round which looks like a pinpointing nightmare, which is some random coastal town in the Yucatan Peninsula with a gridded lineup.
Yeah, does Radu have a town name there on that sign?
It looks like it's something with a Z or with a W. Okay, or an H.
I might say
sure.
Holbox. Yeah. Holbox, pretty famous, so obviously Radu knowing where that is.
It said Holbox on a sign that Consus looked at, but I mean, I personally would have not known that it is a town name.
Yeah, it shows up from a fairly far zoom distance when you zoom into the Yucatan Peninsula, so even if he doesn't know it, if he gets it on a sign, then he should be able to find it. But Radu already looking for the pinpoint. No street signs, though. So that buys Consus a little bit more time to at least get, hopefully for him, a city name written somewhere, but nothing so far. Meanwhile, Radu is locked in.
He locked in. He tried looking for the shop names, but couldn't find any of those. And Consus doesn't seem like he has anything to go off. So he's just gonna slam it down somewhere in the Yucatan Peninsula. And it is a 5K, even though it seems like he didn't click the correct intersection, 70 meters there. Still gonna be in the radius 4-0.
So far, looking like pinpointing was indeed the right decision for RC as we get a Uganda National Park car.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Falls.
Have a cry emoji.
Should be pinpointable.
I mean, we had a bend.
Oh, we do have a bend. It's just a matter of our players. I mean, it's definitely Murchison Falls. The question is, do our players know which of the roads in Murchison Falls the car drives on? Consus zooming into what looks to be quite a good road with the way it goes north. Quite the bend.
Well, there should still be info.
That looks kind of good for Consus.
Yeah, he's moving the other direction. Ooh, it bends a lot.
It bends? We're in a big bend.
Yeah.
I mean, surely that's findable. It bends from, like, north to almost, like, essentially east. Like, surely that is
I mean, I think nobody's debating whether that's findable. Apparently, there should be info in a 2-kilometer radius in the location, but depends on what you call info.
Consus doubting... It seems that it's Murchison and briefly zooming into Elizabeth Falls, but this car and landscape are definitely Murchison.
Ooh, he's looking at the bends. Both in Murchison Falls now. And
it's a tie. Both
quite literally.
Exactly 11 kilometers away.
Yep. Actually towards the town, so maybe if you drive all the way south, you may would have hit the town at some point. Or maybe even just a sign towards it. As we have a US round.
Now Shack. Is that ever the town name?
I do not see it.
Sounds like it could be.
I do not see an immediate zoom of Radu, so I just imagine it not being a town name. Tourist
what does
information.
It say? I missed it. It might have said the Santa Cruz is the town name. Yep. And Radu already zooming in, looking for road names.
Yeah, I've personally not heard of it. Well, I've heard of one, but that's in Bolivia.
Just a coastal town south of San Francisco. And Consus has it. 5 seconds left to tie and prevent losing 2 points.
Ooh,
will he make it? He does. Oh my goodness. Clutch last second 5k from Consus for some damage control.
Still gonna lead a lot of rounds in a row going his way now. Starting off with Japan, maybe.
This is the type of round that Consus might want in this case. A lot of different directions, a chance that Radu picks the wrong one and Consus could make it to info first.
Yeah, interesting basketball mural there, but... Ooh,
So far, neither of our players finding anything useful. Radu had a pole plate which will confirm the region, but obviously you need a lot more than that in this pinpointing mode.
It seems like Radu's road is bigger he's moving on. Seems like Consus is quite small. We do have a mountain name. Maybe you could know, but has to be quite famous.
Consus moving out of the town now.
Yeah, his road just doesn't look promising.
Oh,
no.
That road looks better though.
Yep.
Radu's zooming into Hyogo. Oh, and he's found the town. I don't. What has he found?
I don't know. He found a town, definitely.
Yeah. How has he just zoomed into the right town?
Don't know. Now it's about can he find a 5k? He could win the game on the spot here.
Yep, and that looks pretty good.
Well, maybe up there. Yes, there it should be. He has it, I think, with the open plot to the west.
Grid angle look cool. Good.
Ooh.
Yeah. 7-0 for Radu.
Yeah, maybe I was wrong in my assessment. Seems like Radu made a good pick here. Now, can Consus return the favor? Winning against RC in no move is the question. We'll see. But
yeah, Consus had some very good no move games in the last GeoClassics. So, yeah, could well be the right pick today, but we'll have to see.
Well, the question is, will Radu just flawless yet again? Because I feel like last time he just completely flawless in no move. And I feel like no move is usually a game mode where it's the hardest to flawless. But yeah, as Blinky says, he's been cooking. He's been cooking, not only in the World Cup, but World Championship. But yeah, we do start off the game. Argentina. Also one of these countries that has so much new coverage where it kind of gets pointless learning all the blurs and car colors over and over again, because in half a year's time you just have to relearn everything again.
Yeah.
Especially in like Buenos Aires, Santa Fe, they just drive every single year.
But one thing that doesn't change so much is the vegetation. It's got lots of pampas grass beside the road, which would lean you more further south within the country, something like Buenos Aires or eastern La Pampa or southern Cordoba and Santa Fe. But it rules out some areas further north in the country, which is nice.
Well, you said landscape doesn't change, but we do have climate change, so...
This is true.
Sad but true, but it's very far south. Holy. Did not have the vibe there. Apparently we also had a railway to the south. Did not quite catch that. And wow, would you look at this wonderful camera quality in Nigeria.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if both our players click downtown Abuja and call it a day. I mean, we do have some mountains to the north on Consus.
We have big hills, plus it's the old shit cam. It's like the blue hazy 2022 copyright also confirms we have hills, we have a big power grid. I feel like everything here points towards Abuja.
Although it's moving a little bit further north towards Kaduna.
Yeah, it's not very like the usual sandiness we see towards Abuja, so maybe not, but somewhere around it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of random hills that pop up in places in northern Nigeria, so perhaps our players are just scanning for the particular ridge that fits, but in the end, Radu's just a tiny bit closer. 100 damage won't make much difference.
At the end of the day, it's just Abuja, yet again. this round also should be quite easy with the tape here. I feel like most people know it by now. North of Nairobi, kind of east of Mount Kenya. Kind of the region you consider with this.
Some Meru in some cases as well. But
if it's
the
there, you
tape
just cope.
Yeah. But yeah, tape, one of the most well-known car metas in Kenya.
And apparently we're very close to Mount Kenya. But yeah, this game has been slowly starting off, but multipliers obviously start ramping from second round onwards.
And a big country as well to start out the multis. Big country can be quite big damage.
Yep. I'm not quite sure if I saw it correctly. Was it black car?
Big ridge to the southeast.
Ooh, that looks like a Veracruz taxi, almost.
Yeah.
Isn't like the Veracruz one red?
That was my first thought when they were panning around was, is this Veracruz over the mountains? Like eastern, sort of northeastern Veracruz.
But the big mountain southeast, we have to be like on the border to some other state if it is Veracruz.
The other option with black car, as RC is pointing out, is Oaxaca. There's a lot of black car in Oaxaca. I don't mind the guess. Could make sense as well. Although the mountain ridge, the angle of the mountain ridge is a little bit weird. Consus in Veracruz, RC in Oaxaca, and it is just Oaxaca. What a guess.
Yep. And this is why RC is so good at no move. Not sure how he pulled that one off. I would have trusted the taxi 100%. No doubt.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense with the black car. There really is just an absolute ton of it in Oaxaca.
Yep. As we have a Norway, and we have a lot of southern pines here, I would say, especially with the rock walls. I would go quite far south. I did even consider something near Bergen, because I don't know, it just looks coastal.
Yeah. Coastal is definitely sometimes difficult to explain. It really is just a vibe that locations can give off. I know Moo would hate me for saying that, and he'd go, no, go back into the round and make sure you identify all the things that, make you think that it is coastal. But, yeah. Should just be somewhere at the very least in the south of Norway with, I think, the foliage. Oh, I see going a fair bit further north. This could be a big difference.
And hey, put me in.
Yeah, put him in, coach. It is downtown Bergen. Consus with 400 damage. To chip away at RC's lead just a little bit. And how well do our players know their Ecuadorian roads?
That are still gen free.
Looks knowable, honestly. Yeah, this looks kind of knowable with the concrete road.
Yeah, I mean, we have both of them kind of zooming into the exact same area, so I imagine it to be somewhat known. I don't, but...
Yeah, concrete roads tend to be further south. We've got a El Troncal road east of Guayaquil, which I believe is what Consus is zooming into. Yeah, we've got an E40 call. Yep. So 2 people calling the same road in chat, which is the road that Consus is on. So if 2 people are calling the same road, then there's a decent chance that it is. And Consus is on it.
But RC not far away, even though he did not quite know the exact road. Still knowing the rough region minimizes damage. And now, would you love to see it if you're RC, and would you love to hate it if you're Consus? Looks like a US or Canada round. Can't say which one yet, because the road angle is not north-south.
Yeah, a Canada guess doesn't seem completely unreasonable. Maybe somewhere in southwest Ontario.
But why do we have a transformer facing the road? That cannot be...
Yeah, then it probably is the US. It'd be very weird for... And I don't think this is New Brunswick or BC.
Yeah, exactly. It could just be a really weird transformer, or it's just US.
Surely it's just the US, though.
Yeah.
I mean, RC is zooming into the US. That's all the confirmation I need.
Yeah, I do think we're like at least near like this, like Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, somewhere in that vicinity, as we have in Ohio and Indiana. Let's see. It is Ohio yet again. I feel like our second Ohio, kind of a similar area again.
Yeah, that off-grid angle. You do tend to get a lot of it in Ohio.
Ooh, and now we go to Russia. Looks like we're close to Ulan-Ude or something. We have a red... Actually have a red car there. I feel like that still fits. We have a valley east. Is it the valley like north of Ulan on the river, maybe? Are we like on the western bank of the river and looking over? Maybe?
Maybe, yeah, I like that. Consus clearly likes your idea as well. Makes sense with the towns seemingly on both sides of the valley. You can see the town over on the other side. So yeah, I do like that call. Did ever just Osherkovo? That seems to... Oh, no, never mind. Perhaps the valley was a little bit too wide for that.
Yeah, and maybe the river was also not visible enough, because that is not a very small river. And
yeah.
the script does not like Consus today.
Indeed.
Well, I mean, the script technically is RC winning, because we had Consus blinking, and now it has to be RC.
Exactly.
Wow, this
pavement is interesting.
This like looks like Florida, but without anything that makes me think Florida. What is this weird plantation?
Yeah. Is it ever just Mississippi Delta?
Ooh, that's what Consus is thinking. We have windmills there. Huh. I don't know, the vegetation on the road does not seem Florida. So I would imagine... Oh, do we have a
We've got a couple of
there?
Texas calls in chat.
Texas, really?
I can see the Texas vision.
We have 2 Missouri guesses.
In southern Missouri, he's just hedging.
Oh my god.
And it's...
What?
Well, we've had people call out Texas on Canada in chat. That's... I mean, Texas, that's a diabolical... Like, everybody was in the US on that one.
Nah, that is wild. Florida, Texas calls, like the most northern call we had was maybe Mississippi. Wow.
Is this ever Sergipe?
I mean...
Like something... the default guess is Sao Paulo here, with how much sugarcane there is.
The thing is...
Something about this feels off.
I don't know. That tree is kind of bugging me.
Rolling hills? Like, that tree doesn't feel Sergipe to me. But the rolling hills, something about it. And the soil color as well.
I don't know.
RC considering Algoa Sergipe and switching back. Both of our players have zoomed into the northeast.
Consus has locked his guess in Sao Paulo.
Is RC gonna switch?
Oh my god.
It was.
Well, it was actually
something about it felt off. That was my first thought loading in was like, oh, is this ever northeast? Because yeah, something about it just didn't feel quite right.
Yeah, we had some rough rounds back to back. I mean, a Texas looking Ontario.
For people who don't know about that 50-50, by the way, there are 2 areas where you get a lot of sugarcane plantations in Brazil, and one is around Sao Paulo, and then the other is up in the northeast around Sergipe and Alagoas. And obviously they are separated by a few thousand kilometers, so if you pick the wrong one, then it can be quite devastating for your health.
Yeah, usually you combine other other vegetation clues, like if you have palm trees, obviously you're more inclined to go northeast. But in that, we only had one tree that kind of didn't look northeast, so both just went Sao Paulo. Can't really fault them. Bangladesh.
Yeah. Pretty standard Bangladesh. Both our players committing to West Bangladesh. I don't know exactly what is making them commit so far. What a guess from Consus.
I mean, RC is known for his Bangladesh, but he kind of got... That's quite the guess.
Consus clearly been booking up on the Bangla. And we've got India. Is there ever any useful info visible?
I mean, there was text. Almost looked like an address, but on that poster, no, that does not look like an address.
No, I don't think so. Hans is trying to read it, but it appears that it doesn't say anything useful.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
Now it's based on architecture and vegetation.
We do not have any, like... I mean, that's kind of brick. Actually... Yeah, I kind of like a Madhya here. It does not quite look like Maharashtra.
Yeah. We've got a car, but I don't think it's boxcar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the full box, so definitely Madhya more likely in some ways. If you see boxcar, you'd think more Maharashtra or Uttar Pradesh maybe, or Rajasthan, but yeah, it ends up just being Madhya, and it's big damage from RC to Consus.
Well, this is a very, very close game, and we're closing into round 13 now, and it seems like we're back in Argentina. We do have a blur yet again on this. My immediate... Oh, wait, this is actually Brazil, because I was about to say we don't have arch road lines. The blur made me think arch. Oh my.
Yeah, I mean, not the easiest.
Do you click Sao Paulo again?
My thought was Western Minas. It feels just a little bit too dry and got the grass a little bit more savanna-like to be Goiás. My guess was like Western Minas or Southern Goiás, but I am not the best at Brazil.
Yeah,
RC in Mato Grosso do Sul.
Yeah, it's very flat. I mean, Consus is so far north. Like, that's so risky in my eyes.
But RC seems pretty far south, and Consus is on it. What a guess!
I don't know if I would ever guess up there. I mean, as you said, Western Minas, like, that area can get super, super flat. Back in the day, it was very dry coverage, though. I feel like when I see that area, it reminds me of, like, cotton fields and very dry coverage. And that one, we kind of had the opposite. Very wet coverage, and I did not see any cotton. But wow, Consus taking it on Brazil there, which means we go to the tiebreak, which is not only going to be NMPZ. So, wow. Holy. Knowable blur. Yeah, I mean, every blur is knowable, but there's just proof with the many.
Go to bed. If that blur is knowable, right, adios, everybody. See you later.
All right. Seems like we lost Fennett. No, there he is.
And we're back for an NMPZ. I couldn't miss this. An NMPZ tiebreaker between a former and current world champion. Should be good.
And we start off in Vietnam. Surely.
Yes.
Driving right, yes.
No, we've got the striped sign. For my first thought, I'll admit, when the round loaded in was, is this Mexico? And then...
Mexico.
I did an IRL zoom. Yeah, Mexico probably not the greatest idea of mine ever.
Yeah, if you guess Mexico on this, I might need what you are smoking. Both of them are so close to each other, by the way. Why are they like, what? Okay. And it's just the north.
If you want what I'm smoking, it is called the joined VC at 4:30 a.m.
To be fair. That's a pretty devastating drug, yes. And devastating round this is. What are we looking at? Mexico?
This
Colo?
looks like a
Brazil?
Mexico 50-50 special.
I don't know. My immediate thought was Colo. But
Yeah. Colo fits with the fences and the rolling hills, but then again, so does Mexico. This is one where this is the sort of round where you're not hoping that you get the country right. You just hope that you're in the same country as your opponent.
Yep. Well, both of them did go Colo in the end, and Consus with a better region guess there, or maybe just slam it middle, who knows? See, this is the round I need, just like a very easy country.
But is there ever a... Oh, the maps are covering it up. Can't see if there's a...
Oh yeah, technically you could learn those pole plates.
Yeah, the pole plates aren't legible, but I'm wondering if there's ever a phone code written. I can't see anything, though.
Yeah, me neither. Surprisingly...
There was a big South Korea doc released earlier this year covering like all of the cars and seasonal coverage and whatnot. So Korea is learnable, but who's going to learn Korea anyway?
Well, I'm going to learn it when it gets Gen 4. Real
True.
Interesting palms here. I mean, is it just the Nusas or is it Philippines? I feel like this palm you can get in both countries. I mean, the pavement definitely Filipino.
Yeah, the concrete road surely makes you lean more towards the Philippines, but Radu is still weighing up his options.
I can still see a Nusas here just with the water. I don't know. Something about this. But I guess we just trust the road.
Players trying to find something where you'd find water south in Philly.
There's a lot of water.
Yeah.
But finding something where you don't see land on the other side immediately after.
Not the easiest task, surprisingly. Yeah, it doesn't quite feel like Thailand. The road is a little too narrow and up in the water. Yes.
Getting Eastern Cebu there. That's going to be 1.8k points. Not Cebu, sorry. The island. That island.
It'd be far western Cebu, actually. If Cebu colonized the neighboring islands.
Okay, what do we have here now? Ooh, my immediate thought was a cheeky... Either a cheeky Poland or a very cheeky Netherlands.
Yeah, I like the Netherlands call out.
But why did Consus immediately zoom into Ukraine-Poland border?
What does he know?
Surely if he
would
know his own house.
Ukraine Gen 4 that dropped today. Nobody else knows about, but he's been insider trading info about Ukraine Gen 4.
I don't know, I just see a wide open field. Maybe Poland makes sense?
Yeah.
Germany. I did not even... I forgot Germany exists. Yeah, it's kind of in the middle of those two.
It could well work. Don't know what the copyright is, I can't see it, but if it's 23 copyright, then that would make sense. RC also switching to Germany.
It's a good middle hedge as well, so... It is Netherlands? No, it's not.
Belgium. You had the right idea, though.
Yeah, I was close, but I think Radu was there at the start and then switching. Oh, this looks like Germany, I would say. But
yeah,
it could just be Austria, maybe.
Potentially, yeah.
Do not see the copyright.
We're driving... I don't know which side we're driving on, but maybe it's no car? Is it ever 20... Cannot see the copyright.
No, it almost looks like a 1 in the very far top left in the clouds. Yeah, I think it's Austria-Germany border. I don't know. Although To be fair, the church we saw earlier is not the typical Bavarian one, so I feel like if it was Germany, we would be not in Bavaria, so I would probably lean towards Austria. We have a Croatia here.
Croatia? That's a crazy send from Radu. I hadn't even thought of that.
Ooh, I mean, Slovenia could make sense. I feel like I'm between
Yeah.
Austria and Slovenia now, but I lean towards Austria, but not Bavaria. Like,
Also switching Germany.
it's not Bavaria, but
It is.
gets Germany
Is it-
correct.
Germany, or is it over the border in France?
No, it should be Germany. Yeah.
It is just
Okay.
Germany.
Interesting houses there, but yeah, Consus switching to Germany in the middle.
Radu may
last
be
second.
overcooking things a little bit there.
And we're back in Bangladesh. Last time Consus had a crazy guess. Usually, Radu definitely known for Bangladesh, and we have Silhead from both.
That is a commit. And on 4x damage. Oh, but they're both in Silhead.
Wow,
What do they
okay.
know?
Oh, just know the coverage.
I guess so. I need to go practice some Bangladesh then.
And now we get a Peru. Somewhere
The
in the
rice
north.
season. Yeah, okay, makes sense.
Very quick zoom in from Consus. Meanwhile, Radu taking his time. Not sure where I've seen this many palm trees before in Peru. Maybe just Pura.
Yeah, downtown Pura makes sense. Some road that hasn't been updated since Gen 3, some random white road.
Now, the thing is, I'm fairly certain it's not Pura itself. It's either like very far north where Radu is,
Yeah.
or south of, or maybe like south of it somewhere. But maybe the Gen 3 just makes it look a bit more wet still. But both are just trying to line up roads here.
I keep calling out Zarumila, or Zarumia, which I wish I knew where that was.
Yeah. Thank you calling out towns I've not heard of. It is south of Pura.
And I'm going to assume that's what Blinky was calling out. That's also Adam said Katakos in chat. So yeah, I guess south of Pura.
Okay, we have either Liv or Estonia polls.
You click Latvia for the 50-50.
I mean, they can always be Latvia. The fields look more Liv to me.
Yeah.
I don't know, the houses, I mean, at the start, when you could zoom more on the houses, they looked more Estonian with, like, more slanted roofs. Maybe I just go Liv.
Just see. Yeah, difficult to tell sometimes in a round like this where it's just an agricultural field with nothing really to distinguish the two, and that could have been game if somebody had gone Estonia.
Yeah. And wow, is this the famous road in Peru on the border to Acre?
Oh, yeah, no, I like that call.
Yeah, it should be one of those roads. I don't know which one. One of them is very, very sunny. It's not that one. Is it that one? Which one is it? Bro, I feel like Consus is zooming into it and then not going there. But in my head, I can't think of another possibility. What could this be?
Yeah, I can't think of another. I mean, what? I don't know where I would guess if it wasn't there. Now that you've put the idea of that road into my mind.
It's not just one single road, it's like multiple.
But... Yeah, but that sort of region.
And
I guess maybe I would consider Thailand or something?
Cambodia.
Thailand and Cambodia sends. But yeah.
No!
We may be...
Oh no. Damn. Would have won. Put me in. Oh my god.
Indeed.
I don't know.
Had the round instantly before either former world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, your caster Ziggy.
To be fair. Yeah, they were very close towards the antipodes of it. Well, nobody can complain that they were unlucky in the final.
Just wanted to give us another round.
Throwing for content.
And in
I
fact,
don't know.
quite possibly another couple of rounds, because I don't think either of our players will be too far away from each other in Santiago. It's just pretty dry. Makes sense for downtown Santiago.
Yeah, they're so close to each other again. Consus moving a bit further north now.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very,
Ow.
very far
Not
south.
expecting to be that far south.
And that is 600 damage because we're in round 11 already. Going into round 12 now.
Absolutely
and
anybody's game.
Oaxaca pavement. Well.
Surely it's not fake.
well.
Never get fake Oaxaca pavement in other states.
I can't lie. My immediate thought with the landscape was not Oaxaca. But you gotta trust it.
You can get dry. We have a call. White Road south of Temosachic in West Chihuahua.
Okay, sure. I'll just copy that guess. I'll just say it. Yeah, it's exactly that. But both of them in Oaxaca now.
Both of our players trust in Oaxaca. Are we?
I think Consus has locked it in.
Yeah, that's Tom Hanks in chat. Yeah, I see this in chat. Both of our players are committing to standing miles away from the location.
Well,
chat should be in the tournament.
Yeah. Why is Adams 44 not playing? Get him in. And we go into a free later.
We should do that one time. We should have 5 of the best pros versus all of chat.
See, if I get around like this, with a lot of palm trees, a field like this, I instantly click later or Samar, and I don't know why. And it's either really correct or very wrong.
Yeah, you send Samar, and somehow it ends up being Aurora on East Luzon or something. But yeah, with just how green it is.
I think
ever
very close together, both of them. One South Samar, one North Samar. Could make the difference here.
I'm literally forgetting what the name of the island is. The island in the west.
Masbate?
No. Like the island west of the whole Philippines.
Oh my god, how is that almost enough to win the game?
Crazy multis.
You mean Palawan?
Palawan.
Okay, there we go. And this is just Central Java, and this is going to end it.
Oh dear, I think we might be ending on a Java plonk-off.
Oh no. The thing is, Radu could survive.
Yeah,
Consus
Radu could.
Definitely not. He needs to get closer.
Unless they both do what they've been doing for the past few rounds and just clicking on top of each other.
Yeah, we have a quite committed guess.
Committing to Java. Does he see a volcano? He seems to be zooming into different volcanoes. Perhaps it's like the outline of volcanoes visible, although I don't see it. I don't see a volcano.
Me neither. I mean, Radu goes for the safest click possible. Yeah. Literally the middle of the middle. Not a bad play, honestly. Oh, Consus committing now.
Consus is right. And he will win.
And it is just the middle.
He's just Central Java. Our script doesn't fail, ladies and gentlemen. RC is on the way to claim.
Yeah, and there's only one of two people who can still stop him, and we will see who will be the lucky one or unlucky one facing him, depending on how the final goes. But wow, what a matchup, especially that NMPZ game. So much missed opportunities for both. My god. I
guess they just needed to know the white road south of Tepochisac or whatever it was called in Chihuahua.
Yeah, to be fair, that's quite the famous road apparently. But
Like half of chat knew it.
or maybe somebody said it and the rest just copied it, just following the herd. The one road.
GeoGuessr chat would never do that.
I think honestly, I don't know how you get to Chihuahua unless you just remember the road. Honestly, maybe it's just the same with Peru and they both just didn't think of it in time. But yep, that's the first semifinal done. The second semifinal is coming up, which will be Blinky, the winner of last GeoClassic against Kuribas, who has beaten everyone's flawless so far, but so is Blinky, so I think it's going to be a close one. And let me check what the picks are. I think Blinky might have picked Pinpointing. Yep, he did.
Take a wild guess, and yeah, it checks out. I mean, even versus Kuribas, I mean, I think Blinky is always going to favor himself in Pinpointing.
Yep, and Kuribas does pick no move, so NMPZ would be the tiebreaker once again. I hope we get there, but we do start off.
Yeah, that would be fun.
With Pinpointing. I mean, honestly, even that no move game in Consus vs RC was very close. So, yeah, should get started pretty soon. There we go. And you like or not like to see it? What would you think spawning in this, Feneb?
UAE. Oh, wait. No, yes, no, yes.
Should be UAE, right? I think this car's UAE
probably
only.
Maps this location.
Or is it Oman? What?
Wait, what? I guess it is Oman?
Isn't it UAE?
I think it's
Oman. I've never seen this blur before.
The question is where? I think he's lining up a divided highway. Looks like he's almost found the 5k already. Got a mosque to scan for. And he's locked in the 5k.
Yeah, the famous Sohar gate, apparently.
But I think what Blinky did was just scan for a divided highway that had the right angle, because it was not just a divided highway, but also had extra road on either side. So kind of findable, and then just scan for the right road angle to break down his siege there. It's surprising the amount of things that you can just commit to scanning for and not look for any info, and it makes sense as well. With very little English information in around like Oman, if you think that you can scan, that may well just be a lot more efficient than trying to move and find info.
And yeah, now we have Gen-free Peru. There's not that many roads left, or at least roads that are very long. I've looked at it recently. This is not one of them that I saw, but maybe it's just a shorter one.
Yeah,
and a lake. Big lake.
Yeah, which feels like it should be line-upable.
Everything is line-upable.
Has Blinky got it?
I don't know. The lake looked like it goes like east-west.
Yeah, I don't think that matches. But this feels like another round where Blinky just isn't going to really move at all for the entire round and still end up 5k'ing. I mean...
Yeah, at the beginning I also thought we were very fast south, but now I'm not sure anymore.
None of the signs that Kuribas have said anything useful, just stuff like protect the plants and stuff. We've got a call from chat that it's just south of Cusco.
Okay.
Interesting. That would not have been my region guess there, but Kuribas taking a point for being closer.
Yeah, the Laguna Langui. Famous.
Yeah, the roads seem knowable, which or not. But yeah, that lake seemed pretty knowable, so I'm not surprised that some people know it in chat. Definitely try to remember that for next time I see that road.
Well, Japan round Kanto plate spotted by Kuribas. But yeah, this looks like quite the pinpoint. But wait, maybe with this it's
National Road,
doable.
Kuribas. Hajima Bridge. That honestly feels like something that you might want to look for. National Road 16 and prefectural roads will definitely help out a lot. I'm saying that Kuribas has those. He doesn't. Blinky does.
I was about to ask. Wait, because I didn't see it on the screen, so I feel like
Kuribas randomly morphed into a Frenchman for 15 seconds to confuse me.
To be fair, let's see.
I think he's seeing if he can. He might be POI scanning for the Hajima Bridge.
I mean, now it looks like he's
road angling.
Okay, this looks like a very interesting pinpoint here. We have some roads that don't have like clear intersections. And he is
he's locked it in.
And he got it.
Kuribas not even bothering.
Yeah, even if he finds info like for a national road, he's just not gonna 5k this in time. And he knows Blinky would probably not send if he didn't have the 5k, so he just gave up on that one.
Oh. Sometimes if Blinky has sometimes sent too quickly and lost the 5k because of that. Does tend to play with a rather pedal to the metal playstyle that can be a little bit risky at times.
Yep, but surely he never makes the same mistake twice. That's why he's so good.
True.
Why is he scanning in so far in Italy? What has he seen? Because I feel like I have not seen anything.
Of that round that he had against the in Italy against Lero in the World Cup, where he just somehow 5k'd in like 15 seconds. Lero insta-sent, and he's still 5k'd anyway.
Yeah, I feel like that might have been the best guess of the tournament in moving perspective.
Yeah. No, that was just unbelievable.
But in that one, he at least had like mountains, and we have a question mark in mode thrown up. Seems like neither player's happy with this round.
Yeah, these winding roads being pretty impossible to navigate. We've got a Ethiopia zoom from
Sudan. It wasn't Sudan there for a second. Fair enough. It kind of looked like it. I thought Alpine first. Yep. Blinky getting a point there.
A little bit unfortunate. I don't think either player really had much info.
Honestly, I did not see a singular sign on anyone's screen.
Yeah.
It was not like "do not enter here." This round
we
looks
have a
more
new
doable.
50-50, the Italy-Ethiopia 50-50, which I'm sure is going to trick up many players. We've got the A1, which I imagine is an absolutely massive highway that goes across the entirety of Poland, but also a phone code. I can't see what that is.
Yeah, I cannot read that. But combining that with all the towns you have, I mean, 3-2 would just be Lodz. I think.
Is it Lodz?
No, is it the no,
Katowice.
Wait, is that?
Yeah, because
oh yeah, that's 32 and then 33 towards the border. Yeah.
Because 32, it should be south of Katowice, right? Because 32 is Katowice, and then 33 is south of Katowice. And like 34 is just a Chova or whatever it is.
Yeah, seems like Kuribas was quite confident in which town he was, but now not so sure anymore. He does have a street name to maybe confirm it.
Yeah, looking for something that lines up, but just not finding anything that matches with the bends of the road. Blinky with a road angle that looks pretty good.
Yeah,
neither player has it, and Kuribas taking a point on that round for being closer.
Yeah. Just very... We had a tie range of 9 points, and he was 12 points closer. As we go
And
into
this
round...
is not what you
Bihar.
want to see.
In Bihar, we did have the paint and the trees here, which makes me think Bihar. And honestly, the brick buildings also kind of fit.
Yeah, these palms, sometimes known as the Bihar palms, they look a lot like Cambo palms. Yeah, both players looking for an address. What is that? Is that Patna? No, it's Put something.
It doesn't quite look like Patna. It has the same length, and the starting letter is also correct,
Yeah.
but the rest is different.
It's Put something. But I didn't catch what the last couple of letters were.
More signs to read for both, but...
More signs for Blinky, but didn't appear to say... Cyan in chat saying that apparently it is Patna and I'm just bad at reading.
Okay.
Kuruspur in Patna.
Okay, do not know if
Both
that's...
of our players scanning for that. And will Kuribas... No, it's a tie.
It is a tie, barely though. 10 points more.
Kuribas scanned over it.
Well, we go from very hard to read
Nigeria?
info to something very easily if you get a sign. And
EOS,
yep, Buja.
also a good description for a lot of the new coverage in Nigeria.
Yep.
But in this case, it does stand for point of service. I remember being very confused when I first saw one of those stores. What? Why are there so many stores all called POS?
Yep.
But yeah. Be common in Nigeria and a bunch of other African countries as well.
POS security.
And does he have the 5K?
Or
is this a divided road?
I don't know. I feel like he got to that. It did say Nyanya at the start on the poster.
Okay.
And he sent...
For a moment, Nyanya sounded so Kenyan that I thought Blinky had to be in Kenya.
Nope. It did say Abuja and then Nyanya, and if he's on the 5K, he will win. And he is on it. 7-2.
That is GG.
Well, it was his pick after all, so that's going to be Blinky defending his pick, going up 1-0 against Kuribas. Now he will get his pick, which is no move. Who do you think is better at no move? Generally.
Oh, it's difficult to say. Yeah, this one should be a lot closer than the pointing match, theoretically. Both are extremely strong no-move players. I know Kuribas has a stupid amount of coverage metas memorized. So yeah, may well get a chance to put those to use.
I don't know if it was him who said noble smudge on the Western Minas.
I'm pretty sure that was Kuribas.
If it was him,
no.
If we get a single smudge and he doesn't 5K, that's going to be a call out from me, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, jumping right in.
Any Sweden rounds more than 50 kilometers away. Instant ban. Speaking of, could this be Sweden? I feel like it's more likely to be Finland. But there's a chance that it's Sweden.
Usually, I feel like if it's a gravel road and it's this wide, it's usually like Finland.
Yeah.
Like the ones in Sweden are a bit narrow, but this could just be very much wrong. But yeah, both going for it, and Blinky getting a bit closer. Could have been closer in Sweden, to be fair.
If in doubt, Gulf of Bothnia Hedge.
And see, this is what we were talking about earlier when we said that Gen 4 definitely was an upgrade for Bulgaria, although this is not the nicest neighborhood. We do have a red car, which, back in the day, it was like a Haskovo meta. Not sure how that has evolved, but I think that's where Kuribas is right now. And it's
Blinky
Burgas.
as well, and downtown Burgas.
Ooh, info.
Ooh, info indeed.
That is good info. 5K with the lake?
554 should be downtown Bergen, if I remember correctly.
Predicting a 5K here with the lake, surely.
Yeah, and the E134, I mean, I reckon both, and Blinky has the 554. Got a bridge as well.
Oh, would you look at that?
Yep.
That's definitely gonna be it. You see the road crossing over as well.
So efficient. Will Kuribas be able to find it? It doesn't look like it.
Doesn't matter quite as much.
5-4. Yeah, not nearly as consequential in no move to miss the 5K.
Yeah, in reality, this will probably not make any difference whatsoever.
When Kuribas loses by 54 health, I'll make sure to bring that last round up. Indorand.
Yeah, almost looks like a North Sumatra pole, but not sure now anymore. And we do have a lot of oil palms as well.
I don't know if I'd trust it. We've also got a bunch of asymmetrical poles. I mean, the default click here is surely Riau, but it could also be Jambi, I guess. Blinky clicking max North Riau.
Yeah, maybe he's considering that it could be North Sumatra, because otherwise why would you guess there?
Yes.
Well, Benkulu. Okay.
Kuribas clicking, I don't know about, and it's just...
Riau.
It's just Riau, yeah.
Well, if you click the border of both your guesses, you will 5K. Yep. Easy as that, and this looks like southern Sweden. And if Kuribas doesn't 5K,
we have a road number?
15?
We're kidding. Will Kuribas be able to beat Blinky in his home country?
Oh,
and he's that
was a quick guess. Holy.
Those who needed reminding of just how good at pinpointing Kuribas can be. He is extremely speedy.
Oh, no 5K though. Washed.
No 5K. But still, a little bit of damage to Blinky and the faster pinpoint. Good for the morale at the very least.
But again, yeah, that was just super quick, honestly. I think that round took for him like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And we have Vietnam again with the double pole. That means something. Already forgot. Great. Great memory.
Got holes on the poles as well. I mean, yeah, south makes sense.
And a lock.
A lock from Blinky. Rather specific zoom into north of Ho Chi Minh. Makes sense because it feels south, but not like super coastal and like the floodplains and all of the river delta down near Ho Chi Minh.
Damn, but both getting that. So
very
consistently.
Impressive.
I mean, we have 6 rounds of play and we had how much damage? Not even 800. So yeah, this is quite close. And I was about to say we have a smudge. I mean, we also have a Sarawak pole there. Now we have a divided highway. Not sure
the white stickers quite famous.
Not sure which parts of the highway are divided.
It's always very weird when this was only covered in Gen 3, and obviously the map had been updated to reflect the fact that the highway is now divided. When most of the coverage was done in Gen 3, pretty much all of the highway was not divided. It's always rather confusing. See how well both our players can region guess the highway, and Blinky getting closer.
Well, you haven't played Turkey then, because Turkey, you could be on a road in a town in Gen 3, and then you switch to Gen 4, and you have just like an 8-lane highway in the city, out of nowhere, and the city is just gone. So
I remember reading a stat the other day that like Turkey has twice the amount in terms of distance or kilometers, twice the distance of divided highways as Brazil.
yeah, that's just Turkey. And oof, is it actually Flinders?
Have we got the little antenna?
No, we did not see it. I mean, my first vibe was just like, oh, we have a big mountain northwest. Does it exist on?
That is it? Kuribas thinking it could be the champions. I kind of I don't know if I like Flinders. Actually, upon second thought, is it ever like? See, I don't know. I don't know where this is.
It is
It
Grampian.
was Grampian. Very nice guess from Kuribas. That almost 2k damage. Very impressive.
I don't know if
makes
he saw the
sense.
mountains, to be quite honest. I did not see him zoom onto it, but maybe I just missed it. But I'm also not sure what the biggest mountain on Flinders Island looks like. So
yeah, I think the thing that kind of ruled out that it was Flinders was that it was a fair ways north, and mountains on Flinders at least extend quite close to the southern end of the island. So there wasn't really anywhere that fit on Flinders where mountain would be that far in the distance. You'd have to be like in the ocean.
ooh, and this is a big round. We have a guess near Bangkok by Blinky. We have like some snake traps, which usually you get more towards the southern part, and also like just like more touristy areas.
Crazy commit on 5x damage. What on earth is Kiribati seeing that is making him think that far east? Oh, he's switching. He'll be glad he switched. That could have been devastating.
Still gonna be
1800 damage is
1.8.
still very rough.
But now we're back to an even playing field almost, as we head into the US of A, it appears. There was definitely a reflector on the road. Did not quite catch which one it was. Looks like the southern one. Yep. Now, where in the south do you go?
I don't know. If in doubt, Alabama it out.
Okay, Blinky has a road. Low key.
Low key.
Nah, that almost lined up too well.
I do actually like this guess of like coastal South Carolina.
Yeah, especially with the like tree rows we see.
Yeah.
And that is...
Players getting South Carolina.
Yep. Wow, what is this?
Back in the US. Oh, maybe it's BC.
Although...
Actually, I kind of like BC.
Don't really see... No car at all. And those are some weird bollards. Surely the US then.
Yeah, probably the US.
I mean, could it just be like the Montana, like White Diamond?
Oh, yeah. I know that in southwest Montana there's a big pocket of no car coverage. So, would make sense then for it to be in Montana.
And people are saying BC. I mean, I agree, it kind of looks like BC, but at the same time, I don't know, with all these weird bollard things going on, I can't really see this not being Montana. I don't know.
Yeah, and it makes sense with a no car as well, I think.
There is some no car in BC, but most of that is on like the islands, like the Vancouver Island, and the smaller ones that were covered in like 2024 that had a lot of no car coverage, but not really in the dry parts of it.
Yeah, Vancouver Island definitely not this dry. Of players currently committing to Montana. We won't see game here if they stay where they are.
Yep, seems like both in Montana. we'll see. Is Montana.
Pinky ever so slightly closer, taking Kuribas below 3,000 health, but it's still very, very, very even. Not even 300 points in it.
Yep. As we go into a melee. Ooh, flags.
This looks like an East Coast, West Coast 50-50. I don't think those are state flags, unfortunately. They look more like decorative ones.
Interesting. My immediate thought was East Coast, but I've been wrong so many times on it.
Yeah, the coastal 50-50 really is a nightmare, and it's the sort of thing where, like, if you're not confident, then maybe middle is the best guess, but it still feels so silly, because how is this ever not just coastal? So clicking in the middle of the peninsula just feels wrong, but perhaps it's the best play here to hedge if you don't think you know which coast it could possibly be.
Well, both of them started off in Kotabaru, funnily enough. So
Yeah.
they immediately had the exact same vibe.
I've now switched.
Ooh. You see a lot of switching going on Kuribas' screen. Kind of switching between Malacca and Kotabaru. I mean...
Is he just going to click in the middle?
Ooh, cheeky middle guess. Oh, no.
And it pays off. That's going to be huge damage.
Oh my lord. Almost winning the game on the spot. But yeah, that was...
Exactly what I was saying. It's a stupid guess, but sometimes it's just the heads-up play to just commit to middle. Ooh, okay. I mean, this is just... Hey, which city is this? Orang. I guess it's Melbourne, but something about it feels off.
I mean, we have a lot of brick, and usually
We've got a
that's
concrete
Melbourne.
pole. Yeah, a lot of brick, no New South Wales plates. I guess it is just Melbourne.
Yeah.
It's definitely a bigger city. No, something about this felt weird.
Oh, Vermont, of course.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a smudge. Day one, maybe. It is gonna be Latvia with the language. Findable? Probably not.
Perhaps scannable?
I mean, I see like 4 houses and...
Honestly, that's what I do. Like, you know, you've got a minute.
Apparently they've got a minute and a half, apparently. Not sure if that's intended, but... I think it should be 1 minute 15.
Just spend the entire time scanning. I hope you find it. That's all you can do.
Wait, Blinky sent. Blinky had
Blinky...
enough. I did not see him find anything, so I think he just slammed it down.
Yeah. There was a bit further east. This could be...
This might be enough to take the game. It is enough. Oh my, okay.
Oh my goodness.
My math was on point there, but yeah, it is.
Ellie.
Holy, yeah, you're not finding that in 1 minute 15, probably. But that means we go to game 3.
Lose to a Latvia Plonkov and a Malaysian middle hedge.
Malay.
Sometimes how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, he could guess the middle in Malay as well. He was even in front in the lead, but I feel like Blink is just one of those players that never guess middle. I've never seen him make a silly middle guess where it can never be. So he stays true to his colors, but it will also mean that we do get that NMPZ game, so won't complain too much. Nobody has picked it, and well, we'll find out who's the better NMPZ player, at least in this game.
Yeah, again, difficult to really pick a favorite in this. Both players have their strengths, and I feel like it could go either way. Exactly as we saw in that last no move match as well, like super close right up until the very highest multis. So I think, yeah, both of these players are very evenly matched in the no move NMPZ side of things. As we move into Japan, aka Latitude Guesser.
Okay, I mean, what latitude are you
Chile.
thinking?
I thought more southern, but I might be
thought
wrong.
Tokyo. I don't know, it just doesn't, like, the plans on the left seem pretty north.
I regularly completely mark
Wow.
it on
Nagoya.
Japan guesses. I mean, that's my default hedge for everything, so not too bad in the end.
Oh my, do we have red car there?
It
Is
is
it?
red car. It's
Is
never
it?
Omsk. Or
No.
Tomsk. Oh,
Yeah, Tomsk, yes, but Omsk, no.
that's what I meant to say. I meant to say Tomsk.
Okay, I mean, I guess it has to be.
No.
And we see a quick lock by Blinky. Krasnoyarsk?
Could also be Krasno, but it doesn't look like May coverage.
Yeah.
So I think
Yep.
Krasnoyarsk.
Both getting there. And
We're back, aren't we?
what? I thought this was southeastern Hungary. But
Yeah, no, you could be right. In fact, to be fair, you probably are right.
I don't know. I don't know anymore. Is it ever Ontario? I mean, no, it's not Ontario.
If this
What
is
is
Ontario,
this?
I will eat a hat live on my next Twitch stream.
Well,
but
okay.
they're going Blinky going Kuribas going US.
I mean, it's not north-south, and it looks like the Midwest. It makes it so unlikely. Like, I don't know why I said southeastern Hungary. I think it's the winter coverage in Hungary. But this field is just not ending. Where are we? Okay, we have Europe, we have NA maybe, and I'm not sure which
one. There's no
one.
winter coverage, but it almost feels like it could be like Romania. Some weird southeast Romania. But I also like the US guess.
Oh, he's going southeastern Hungary.
He's literally going southeastern Hungary, and it's Russia.
Wait, you were right.
Okay, we've collectively done a lot of gaslighting, but that was literally my first thought as the round loaded in. I was like, we're back in Russia.
Well, you're just cheating if you go Russia on that. What is that?
That was literally my first thought. Was just Jens to send Russia.
Okay, damn. Well, I guess you placed second place in the qualifying seats for a reason.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that until you pointed out. I couldn't find my name on the qualifying seats, and I assumed Bojan had moved it because I'd been moved to commentator. But no, it turns out I just hadn't been looking high enough up on the list.
Yeah, okay, but okay. Quick flex there, as we just have an NMK quick round.
A knowable smudge on the this time an actually famous smudge. Speaking of smudges, we've got an IRL smudge in the Abakan Haze.
Yep.
Both of our players will absolutely know that.
Perhaps the most famous road in the country. But yeah, Blinky lining it up. Gets closer.
Yep. Kuribas actually on the ropes here. Oh, is this like southwestern Cambodia?
Yeah, or is it some weird border in the north?
Yeah, the problem is like it's southwest
north.
or it's northeast.
Mountains are north, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Blinky opting for southwest and then switching.
Maybe I prefer. I don't know. Maybe I prefer north here.
Kuribas is zooming into the north border, but the problem with that guess is I feel like most of the roads near the northern border aren't hilly.
Oh,
he's on it. Never mind.
On it. It's not the border ridges. It's not the border ridge. That's why. Just a smaller ridge in the middle. And there's another smudge.
Yeah, on the Thailand border, generally it's quite flat with a very distinct ridge north, but turns out it's just different hills.
Yep. And UK or Ireland on this? I don't know. It's either the UK or like Galway. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't mind Ireland, but it could also very easily be the UK. Blinky seems to like the UK more. Kuribas still undecided.
We goes
Opting for
Galway.
Ireland.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't know. Like something makes me think Galway. I don't know what, but
The hill on the right-hand side of the screen, to the southeast or southwest, sorry, kind of feels more Irish. Just a little bit drier.
Seems like Blinky is staying. We might see the game here. Either way. It is the
It's
UK.
just UK, and that'll be game.
That will be more than enough. Blinky makes it interesting, but at the end of the day, he comes up victorious, winning the NMPZ game. And that means we do have our grand final ready, which will be Blinky against Radu.
Can we just pause for a second there? How the heck was that Manchester? It was downtown Manchester.
I mean, easy one, obviously. But yeah, so the reigning world champion is going up against the former world champion. Before the final, we'll take a quick break, but a quick information this time, the final will be not best of 3, but best of 5. We opted it to make it a bit more interesting, because obviously, if you have a final of this caliber, you do want the best of 5. I'm not quite sure how the pick and whatever is. I think it's going to be the pick of the first player, then the pick of the second player, and then you just play all 3 modes in a row. Like, you just start with pinpointing as the third game, no move as the fourth and fifth if it's needed, but might be wrong. And yeah, gonna take a quick break and see you after that. And it seems like we're back for one final game, which not only is going to be the final of GeoClassics number 3, it's a rematch of last time, because last time Radu went up against Blinky and lost in, I think, which is one of the most epic NMPZ games of all time. Barely losing against him, I think. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be interesting. This time, the what did I want to say? This time, the twist is that it's going to be a best of 5, so it's not only going to be best of 3 to make it. To give this matchup a bit more justice, we do have the reigning world champion Radu versus Blinky. The first pick goes to Blinky, obviously, because he did win last time, and he, no surprise, did pick pinpointing. And yeah, Fenib, I think, are you ready? Is chat ready?
I'm as ready as we'll ever be.
Yeah, so
excited.
Without further ado, let's get into it. And what a beautiful location. Seems very familiar, but I feel like every round in Iceland just looks the same.
Yep. Who can complain? They all look so beautiful.
Yeah, should just be somewhere southeast of Reykjavik, I think, with the big rich north. We have Blinky already scanning while moving. Meanwhile, Radu finding a paved road, so should be better off there. Ooh, he read something and instantly goes on the map.
Blinky
zooming
in and righty ho. Yep, okay. This is just one of those Blinky moments, I guess. I mean, the ridge looks knowable, but like still, like what?
I don't know. There's a lot of ridges in Iceland, and oh no, he didn't send a 5K, so RC gets a point, even though Blinky is so close.
Even though, oh, Jeff.
He picked the wrong road, and I do think we did have literally this exact same road lineup. We do have a
it looks
bent,
exactly the same.
Exactly the same, but wow, that could have been a great start for Blinky, but now he's just down 1-0. And wait, I've seen this before.
I'm predicting a sub 30-second 5K on this round.
Is this like the Kumasi, downtown Kumasi one?
Zooming into Burkina Faso. That might be ill-advised, but switching back to Accra. RC and Kumasi. They actually got a split. Oh, and Blinky RC is definitely right. It had the name of the Power Joe Stadium or whatever.
And he locked it in.
RC locked back in.
And if he's correct, that is quite the start. Only going to be 1 point, though. But yeah, Blinky was faster on the map in Kumasi, but then opted out to scan in Acre because he didn't quite find the 5k instantly. As we move into this beautiful camera quality, my god.
Really doing Sweden justice.
Yeah. It's honestly crazy how much it affects like how you think this place looks like.
Yeah.
In the beautiful summer coverage, it looks like a paradise, but...
Oh, and Blinky having signs zooms into Haparanda.
Yeah.
But then looking around, looks like it might be Lulea. RC also has Lulea. It's going to be quite the race.
Yeah, it seems like we're in downtown. I mean, Blinky just has like
RC locks it in.
Wrong angle. He's like on a road that doesn't follow the grid, so he doesn't think we're in it.
Yeah, but now he switches back. He might not remember the intersection names. RC has locked it in.
Ooh.
RC off to a two, like, what am I trying to say? 2 rounds of flawlessing Blinky, and that means he's 4 points up.
Yeah, I feel like the last 2 rounds he just was a bit quicker on the map and just honestly just lining it up better, especially in that last one. Meanwhile, E6 between Kirkenes and Alta, that's still a very long road. I can tell you that much.
Yes.
I've driven it myself, and it takes quite some time. But
sounds like a pretty standard Australian road trip in distance, to be honest.
Probably. Yeah, we're getting Nordic Redec. Yes, this is the final. And yeah, I don't know if there was any sign that gives more info. That looks...
Oh, Blinky has something that looks very good, and Blinky locks it in. Will RC be able to match within the next 7 seconds to...
he has it.
Oh, he has it. Clutch find from RC to do some damage control. Blinky will only get 1 point for that round.
Yeah, I think it's really good for him to only let Blinky deal 1 point there. Not getting him a good roll to start off, and now it's just, yeah, honestly, just playing like he did before. In Bangladesh.
Yep.
Wow, quick find. Kulna, and then it says something.
Oh, that's what. Oh yeah, Kulna, and then what is that?
There's even Latin text on the top, but I couldn't quite read it. It was a 5.
RC has something that isn't Kulna. What is that?
Huh.
Oh wait, no, it is. It is Kulna. I'm just bad at reading.
Oh, he found it. He found Koida.
Oh,
I think that's what it said.
Yeah, no, it started with a K.
Yeah.
How does pinpointing work? Essentially, it's all about getting the 5K. So you get it's a first to 7 score, and you get 2 points if you 5K and your opponent doesn't. You get 1 point if you're the first to 5K and your opponent 5Ks.
Yep. There's also a lengthy explanation, but that's going to be 2 points for Blinky.
Very impressive.
Yep. Although, as you said, Radu apparently did have a sign that did not have Kulna on it, but something else.
It did have Kulna. I'm just bad. unless it said Kulra. But I'm pretty sure it said Kulna, and I'm just bad.
Well, we do have the town name of Kares. Why is he zooming in? Like,
Radu zooming. What does he know? Surely he doesn't know
below it, but cannot quite read it. We have a sign for Blinky. Again, placements that are not very far away.
Tiny. What is Radu scanning for?
I don't know, he might be the GOAT.
If Radu finds this, I'll be blown away. Oh, it said Pilzensko. Ah, okay, so downtown Pilsen.
Oh.
But Blinky had his road numbers.
605.
605.
I mean, the sixes are really weird, I think.
Yeah. They like
Oh,
follow.
but he found it.
Oh yeah, no. The 605 follows the 5. So that's how it works. Yeah, but Blinky is locked in. He's found Carez. Seems like Radu's mistake was not moving around enough. He saw Pilsen and decided to just scan for it, but the towns were just too tiny.
Yeah, honestly, that could have been
2 points of Blinky, and he takes the lead.
Could have been a great move, but just in this instant, it did not pay off. But now he went from a good start to what's looking just like another Blinky win. But we go to Ukraine, which, I mean,
both players.
Oh, there's an address and a big roundabout. This could also be very quick.
This could be very close. Radu looking at the address, but it just has street names.
Yep, no town names.
I think he had something that made him zoom in. Is it an old name of Kropivnitsky?
Oh,
that looks. That's. Oh my goodness.
Holy!
Radu also has Kropivnitsky, and he's got the intersection.
Yeah. I mean, Blinky's on the wrong end, but it doesn't matter.
Winning on the spot.
Yep.
If Radu hadn't found the 5K there, then okay,
oh my! Oh no!
Novorad, which is the old name. Oh yeah!
Oh my god! This is horrible. If I'm playing
what
against
a round
Blinky,
to have on match point,
and I get Santiago de Caballeros in moving, pinpointing. I don't know if I'm very, but it says Bienvenidos to some other maybe town, so it could be good.
Yeah, I'd say like, I didn't see what it said on the thing, but Blinky looking like he already has an idea.
Wow, he guessed. He guessed.
Moly.
What? Okay.
If he's wrong, then this could be big.
I don't know.
But
I usually trust Blinky.
I wouldn't bet against Blinky.
Wow. Okay.
And that's insane.
I don't know. The thing is,
Santiago de los Caballeros.
I mean, I'm not 5K'ing that in general, but 5K'ing that in like 30 seconds. Holy moly. That's a boom.
The man is just insane.
Well, Radu had a good start, and honestly, that was pretty close in the middle part, but then at the end, holy. That was just some Blinky gameplay. Well, good thing is Radu's pick is coming up, which is no move. So he's definitely going to feel a bit more at home in that one. And yeah, for the script to happen, so for Radu to win, we need him to win. Although no, yeah, it's best of 5, so never mind. But it would be very good if he wins this.
Yes, I'm sure Radu is hoping he wins this game.
Because Blinky is also guaranteed another pinpointing game, so you kind of don't want to give up any of no move in NMPZ games. And we do start off in the US. Or no?
Yeah. Looks kind of like it feels Florida adjacent, but like it's not. It doesn't feel like, you know, the main section of Florida. It could be like, you know, Panhandle, Florida, or maybe southern Alabama or southern Mississippi, somewhere around there.
We have a Panhandle call. I don't know if that's for Argentina or if it's for Panhandle, Florida. I guess it's for Florida, because I think the sun was south.
If this is Panhandle, Argentina, then
Don't think it is. A bit too.
Again, I will eat a hat live on stream.
Yep, it is not. It
is
South Carolina.
Enough to call that.
Honestly, very smart of Debray to call a county names, because I would never know where it is.
Debray could call any county, and we would have no idea whether he's just completely mocking it.
What do we have here? I mean, we have a striped car, which obviously makes it more likely to be Canada. Is it 25? Ooh, 25 is a lot near Regina in Saskatchewan, I think. But yeah, maybe they're still figuring out the country here.
Yeah, I mean, Manitoba makes sense with the wide shoulders on the road. It could also be Sask. It is just Sask.
Is it near Regina? No. Oh, it is. Never mind. Wait, I'm the goat.
Five gifted if I eat a hat.
The thing is, how would you even eat one? There's no way you could pull through anyway.
I would cut it up into pieces, and then
Yeah,
eat the pieces individually.
Yeah, but you will die before you get to the end of it.
I think I'd die. It just wouldn't get digested very well.
I don't know. Not sure what your hat is made of, but I'm not eating a hat.
I like cotton. I mean, cotton's just, hat material. Both players clicking Assam.
Is it Assam, though? Or Meghalaya?
It was just Assam.
It is Assam.
Blinky flawlessing Radu so far.
But he gets his lifesaver once again. Looks like we're back in the US. We do have like a Saskatchewan line here. Does not quite look like it. Ooh, and no front plate on that car. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what to make of these lines.
Is that Kentucky or something?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Not very sure. This looks so northeastern. Huh.
It does, but pines feel a little bit weird for northeast, but I mean, something feels off about it for West Virginia as well. Maybe it's just a little not quite forested enough and not hilly enough.
We have a Georgia, I guess.
Find that.
I mean, if somebody knows Georgia, it might be Radu, so... And wow.
And it is. Oh my goodness, what a guess.
Gets his
Never doubt the man in the US.
Not if it's Georgia and if he's correct. He guessed Georgia on both locations. This time it actually was Georgia. I did not see... I mean, some of the reflectors just didn't seem stubborn. Or maybe they were just yellow lines that I mistook for a reflector. Now, what is this? Indo?
Wait, we've got a tiled roof. That makes things interesting.
Okay, I'm very confused.
Is it like... What? What is this? I'm so confused. I have no idea what this... Is it like...
Blue roof.
Is it South Cali ever?
Okay, yeah, I thought about South Cali, Batam, or, I mean, obviously the... Ooh, East Cali.
East Cali with guess. 2 tiled roofs visible is a bold commit.
I mean... Zooming in very confidently, though. And we do have a central Cali click.
With the flatness to say, it is just South Cali.
And we're on the island. Okay. Well, you definitely called out South Cali correctly there.
What does that say? Carrière, isn't...
De Dosrus, so that's a town name.
We're in Catalonia, I think. Yeah.
Well,
it might say the town name on the top of the sign or something.
Yeah, I think it says Dosrus or something like that.
Well, can our players find it on the scan?
Doesn't look like...
It's possible that it's just a suburb of some larger city, which could make it difficult to scan for.
Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't seem like a big place.
Yeah.
To say the least.
So our player's not finding anything yet.
I mean, yeah, technically the islands are a possibility. They do speak Catalan as well. but it doesn't look like islands.
It's going to have 2 plonks pretty close to Barcelona. RC a little bit closer.
And yeah, I did still not see the name, so it had to be quite
Yeah,
small.
that probably wasn't getting found.
What was that? It almost looked like a Romanian pole there.
Yeah. Can you tell the viewers what the country is, Ziggy?
That's a good. I mean,
I
I
mean,
thought it's
I know.
Vietnam.
Okay,
But
good. I was thinking the same thing as well, definitely. But just
I mean,
for the viewers' sake.
for a second, I thought if this was just a weird. I mean, what could it even be? It's not Thailand. It's not Bangladesh. What else looks like this?
Yeah, makes sense. I admittedly was considering Thailand for too long, but I forgot about the holy Romania-like poles in Vietnam. But that is big damage to Radu.
Yep, and he cannot afford to lose this. I feel like if he loses this game, it might already be GG, honestly. But he gets another one of his favorite countries, which is Ukraine.
You do not want to be relying on winning a pinpointing game against Blinky to keep your tournament hopes alive.
Yeah. Well, this is like a location where I send middle. I'm not quite sure what I would make of this.
Yep. This is not exactly a country that I know really anything about.
Well, we have 2 Bogdan calls. I don't know what that is.
I don't even know what Bogdan is.
What the flip is
I
a
know
Bogdan?
Bogdan Bogdanovic in the NBA, and that's about it.
Yeah. I don't know what a Bogdan is. Do not... We have a... I don't know where Blinky's marker is. He's looking very far west, but... Wait. He didn't guess.
Ooh.
He forgot to put his marker down. And
I think he forgot to put his marker down. Ay, caramba.
That is devastating. Especially because I feel like he would have won the game by just guessing middle here.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, he's making
Think he's throwing for the content?
He's definitely making it very close now, because that means Radu has equalized. Gonna wait a second to see. I mean, I did not see him put his guess down in the last 10 seconds, just because he was scanning in the west, very far away from the middle.
Okay, apparently Bogdan is not a town, but instead the quote from Wikipedia, Bogdan is the brand of the Ukrainian buses and trolley buses made by Bogdan Corporation.
Okay, surely.
I don't think it's really a useful meta, it's just a type of bus.
All right, so I guess if you can confirm Ukraine at least, maybe.
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, just like that, Blinky.
Forget about red Gen 3 car long antenna. Bogdan bus is going to be my new way of confirming that I'm in Ukraine.
Well, can you tell the buses apart? That was the question. But yeah, let's actually focus on the games. That's going to be a 1-1 equalizer there. Blinky just not putting his pin down. He could have won the game there, and it would be a 2-0 lead. Now it's 1-1, and we actually go to NMPZ. We go to the game mode that hasn't been played yet, and then we circle back to pinpointing and no move. We have a Portugal hunting sign on the right, if I trust my eagle eyes, and both players agree.
I would tend to agree with you as well. Different to the Spanish, the Portugal one is like white and red, like a red diamond with a white circle in the middle, whereas the Spanish one is a rectangle that's cut into 2 triangles, and one is white and one is black. So useful to distinguish those no hunting signs.
Now, what is this? Is it Kenya or Senegal? We see the car in the bottom.
I think it's Mombasa, surely.
Yeah, it kind of has to be. This doesn't look like anything in Senegal, and it looks coastal. We have some palms on the right.
Cheeky palms on the right side.
And we have a lock here by Blinky. Radu still thinking. No follow car.
Ooh.
Can make it a bit tricky, but he's
Moment
going
I
there
thought
as
he
well.
was zooming into Senegal.
Okay.
Ooh.
What car do we
Easy
have
round.
here? The car makes me think it's Malaysia.
Yeah, I guess it can also be Indo. But
Yeah,
Malaysia
but
makes the most sense. How narrow the road is. Malaysia makes sense. Although
oh my god,
Radu's zooming.
Southeast Sula. If
That's
such a cook,
that's
but he
right.
he locked it in.
He locked it in.
Nah, that's insane. Going. Oh, he gets
just-
Indo correct.
It's just Madura Island.
Okay, well, he got the country right, but he went for the most risky guess I've ever seen in my life. And honestly, if he just clicks the water, then he would have maybe even won the game. Holy moly. Yeah, honestly insane that wasn't game.
Is this?
I thought it's... Wait. Is it
California?
Peru? Okay. No, not
I think
Peru.
it's like South Mexico or something, or no, it's like.
Wait, is it Mexicali?
Like, yeah, Mexicali makes sense. The first thought was like California, near Death Valley or that type of area, but I guess that doesn't make sense. Well, RC is agreeing with me. RC thinks it's South Cali.
Yeah, he's lining up road and
is scanning Baja California. I don't know who's in the right country here. RC locks it in. I kind of like the US guess more. But I could be wrong. The pavement maybe feels a little off for the US, but I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. It is Mexicali.
It is just Mexicali.
The good thing for Radu is that his guess in the US was so close. So I'm not going to lose that many points. As we go into... Well, probably like Southern Sask or Alberta.
Is it ever like South Dakota? Those hills in the distance. Like the ridges that are dry sort of sandbanks.
Oh, wait, it's not Gen 2.
Very
Wait.
US to me.
But... Bro, I thought it's Gen 2 at the start.
Oh, Jeff.
Oh no, I'm getting blind.
Me, this looks like South Dakota.
Now that you say that,
adjacent.
it does make way more sense to be there.
I was a little bit confused, but if this is Gen 2, if this was Gen 2, I do see the vision.
Well, it's not Gen 2.
I think he's committing to Montana.
This
is a big difference, actually. RC on Montana border with North Dakota, I think. RC's on it. Getting that longitude streak.
The thing is, he was only scanning the borders, and I'm so confused as to why he knows that it's the border. But wait.
Got the air of a border control station. Clearly.
We have a car blur here.
Smelling it.
Is it Guatemala? I've never seen this road in Guatemala.
I guess it has to be. Like, what other country can it be? If it's not Guatemala, it's not Mongolia, it's not Kyrgyzstan.
Bro, this does not
Can
look
it
like
ever
what?
be a trekker, I guess?
Is it, what's it called? Pitcairn Island? No.
If this
No. There's too much vegetation in the back, it's not that big. Huh.
Yeah, no, good point from Tom Hanks. It feels too tall to be a trekker. I don't think it's Ghana either. Like, it makes zero sense.
Bro, I just hope it has to be Guat. If it's not Guat, I don't know where to guess. That's the problem. I just go Guat.
If I'm playing as well, I'm just clicking Guat if my opponent wants to have some miracle idea. Sure.
Okay, we have
RC clicking
Maluku. What?
Oh, what?
Oh,
it's the island.
Oh,
holy
it's that vehicle.
Moly.
It's. I mean, technically, it's
Marinho
not
de
Trekker.
Fernando.
Okay. Sure.
I mean,
Nah.
I'm never pulling that. Okay, would Guat have been big damage on that?
I don't think you get that many points. I think you
not
get like
that many.
500, maybe even.
Yeah, I mean, not insignificant. if somebody remains in Southeast Asia.
Okay, is this actually just Northern Kolo or is it ever Brazil? Like, I didn't see the poll, but it didn't look like a Brazil poll.
I can't see the poll well enough. It doesn't look... Yeah, and the fence doesn't look particularly Brazilian either. I feel like it is just North Kolo.
Yep. Okay, both going there.
Blinky agreeing with us.
Okay.
What?
What is that?
Okay, sure.
What is that?
Blinky.
He's on the road.
Blinky moment?
Right, he actually got the road.
825 meters away? Sure. That might... Low-key, that's the guess of the tournament.
Nah. Alright. We have a smudge. We have the cacti.
Do we just guess for life? What is this smudge? I'm sure this is a day one smudge according to Kuribas.
I mean, how do you not go like the southernmost SLP of all time?
Yeah, with all of the trees. This does feel like downtown SLP. Is he going a fair bit further west? Could be decent damage.
Zacatecas.
Zacatecas would not have guessed that, but that's 1300 damage, and Blinky is reeling.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, this NMPZ mode could be the game-deciding game if the other modes go as they usually go, with Blinky winning pinpointing and Radu winning no move. So this is quite big for both players.
We might be lining ourselves up potentially for a no-move final game, going all the way to the 5th game of this best of 5, but still a whole pinpointing game ahead of us.
Yep.
Regardless of who wins this game here.
Yeah, we definitely have a Thailand here, but that's not rice on the right.
I don't think so. Ridge angle is quite interesting. Both players kind of scanning around for a north-south, roughly, ridge.
Yeah. It looks more middle than it looks north. I don't know. I think Radu's north and Blinky is in the middle.
I don't mind that Concayen send from Blinky.
Not at all, especially in the west. Whoa.
Oh.
Does he have enough damage? I think it is. The animation is taking it, but...
Trevor.
Wow.
Moly.
Getting Western Concayen. He's in the correct province in Thailand in NMPZ. Sure. Why not?
He's just him.
Why not? After getting the correct road, the Gen 3 road in Kolo, he pulls off that one. Also, one of Radu's good countries, I would say. I think he's pretty good at Thailand usually. He had that one very crazy guess in Southern Thailand against, I think it was Trisha, and I was like, how did he pull that one? This time, sadly, losing to Blinky, which means Blinky has 2 match points, and its first match point is going to be on pinpointing.
Yeah, not a fun one if you're RC, knowing how much of a juggernaut Blinky is in this mode, but Radu also not to be underestimated, so really this could go either way, and I'm sure it'll be an exciting match.
Well, apparently Blinky said in chat he was thinking of Fernando de Noronha, and I have no clue how you would ever think of that, but...
Okay, sure. This Blinky guy...
The goat.
He just needs to be banned.
Well, we go into Turkey.
GeoGuessr power.
And what a beautiful location this one is. Gelotris.
We get the 5k from Gelotris in chat.
Sarichakaya. Oh wow, he knows it. Sure. And now the question is...
I'm not surprised. The ability SE are indeed just learnable.
They are.
There's like 900 of them, but if you spend enough time, they are indeed learnable.
Yeah, he finds it fairly quickly, but now he's scanning. Obviously, it's not only downtown, the city itself, it's the surrounding small cities as well. And he has like a divided road at the end, but...
Oh, that looks good. And Blinky
Well.
has locked it in. Radu doesn't have the Bella Diessi.
Well... Even MK knows them. Okay.
I mean, they're not objectively that hard. It's just time consuming.
Yeah.
Like learning all 800 or so takes a while. I guess for a guy who's tried to learn 4,000 Brazilian municipalities, then indeed they are not that hard.
Yeah, after all US counties and after all Brazilian municipalities, sure.
I feel like Debre just shouldn't be allowed to commentate on what are hard and easy municipalities to learn, because his perspective has been too skewed.
I think... I'm thinking like 6-1, that's not a phone code, is it? There's only like 6-0, 6-2, 6-4?
Pretty sure there's a 6-1.
Which one is 6-1?
I think it might just be Poznan, where Radu is scanning. I'm pretty sure Poznan is 6-1.
Okay, it does say he has a map of some sort. Oh yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, I know it. It counts up in like 2 steps, but I forgot which one it starts on. It doesn't start at 6-0, I guess.
Yeah, both of them with positive. Radu has somehow found a road that looks like the right road angle. I don't know what led him there.
Looks good.
That road angle looks good.
But there's a lot of roads.
He needs to get...
Oh, he gets it.
13 meters away. What a guess from Radu.
Evening up the score, and yeah, maybe he can just take this game somehow.
Yeah.
And
in Indonesia here, it's not guaranteed that either player will get the 5k. In that case, it could come down to just who gets closer.
Yep, big volcano to the south, it looks like, and very flat fields towards the north.
I think he's zooming into something very specific, which is interesting given that he hasn't had any info yet. Although we do have the sort of Surabaya or East Java pavement. Maybe he's just trying to line the mountain range to the south up. Seems to just skip past some info there. I don't know exactly why he didn't look at that sign. But I swear Blinky just moved past the sort of sign that would have had Kabupaden written. He's moving so much. He's moving so much, and I'm worried that he's just going to miss some sign.
I mean, he's definitely missed one of them.
He's not even... He's moving past so many signs that he's not bothering to look at any of them. I mean, I assume he's trying to find the volcano. I mean, we started with a volcano south, and he's just looking for a road that fits. Sometimes...
Wait, he locked in?
Sure.
I mean...
I guess Blinky decided that scanning for the volcano was more going to be faster than...
I don't know. Not sure what he did there yet again, but he 5k'd.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. The volcano in some ways is easier to pinpoint when than trying to find text, and in that case text is just a waste of time.
I mean, I just don't know how you pick the right volcano. That's my issue here.
That is a mystery to me.
That is my issue with this.
Like NMPZ round that we had or like no move round that we had in Div 1 La Ligue like last weekend, where it was just there was no info, but as long as you could line up the right valley in North Sulawesi, that was all you really needed. No text required. And in some cases, we are moving beyond need for signs in top-level moving GeoGuessr. Who needs them? Just know all the volcanoes. Ooh,
there's a town called Pala.
Radu pinpointing. Radu's locked in his guess. That was amazing to watch Radu trace back in real time the path that he took, because he didn't go back to start. You could see him literally go, okay, I came off this street and then this was the street name and there was a bend. Very impressive to tie it up at 4-4.
Yeah, we go back and forth 4-4 first to 7 as we go into Thailand, actually. Now, moving Thailand is a whole different story than obviously guessing at NMPZ. As we have this sign for somebody like Blinky, might be very good, but Radu also has something. What does it say?
Does that say the Changwat? I don't know which one that is because my reading is too rusty.
Yeah, it's been a while. Especially when the font is, I don't know, this font is not something I've seen a lot.
Chiang Mai, it might be.
Well, we do have the Chiang Mai car with the exposed back, so that makes sense. I mean, most of it is in Chiang Rai, but Chiang Mai also has some. Well, apparently Chiang Reng is the smaller place.
Chiang Reng. Where would that be? 15 seconds left. This is probably going to come down to a plonk off. Unless... Yeah. Oh, Blinky has a sign. Is that ever going to say something useful?
Oh, he gets 1 point. Not sure how findable all of this is, especially given no labels in Thailand.
Infos can be absolutely microscopic. But Debre would probably say that there's only 3,000 amphos to learn. They can't be that hard.
True. Which also means can't be that hard because Blinky is literally on match point now and he has a dam.
Oh dear. Looking at a dam, that might be all he needs.
Yeah, he's instantly on the road scanning. Not even moving, even though it seems like there's a town.
There's another one of those rounds where it feels like maybe Blinky decides that, signs are, too much effort. Why go look for them when you can just line up the dam?
Ooh, there's a sign that could be big. Is it readable enough? Nope. Doesn't seem like any useful information. Obviously, always pretty hard to tell where dams are in a country because obviously they have a lot of water, so the vegetation near it is usually a bit different than the surrounding area. Big tall mountains.
Yeah, there's a lot of dams in South Africa, so not the easiest to scan for.
And does RC have it? He locks it in.
Oh.
Locked it in. I did not see if he just scanned for it.
In the lead.
I know.
Didn't.
But actually, he doesn't lose a point because he's still in the tie range.
Yeah, and also he locked the guess in the last 15 seconds.
Ah, yeah, true.
So it doesn't give Blinky a point.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I was about to say. Well, we do move into truck, but we did start in this cam. Oh. Big signs again.
Quick.
And you know who's quick?
Both of these guys.
To be fair.
It seems that Blinky might be quicker.
Does he have it?
Already got something that he likes.
He locked it in.
He's locked it in.
And if he's correct, Radu needs to find this.
If he doesn't find this, he loses on the spot. Not just this match, but the whole tournament. Can RC find it?
He's looking in the correct area.
Left.
He doesn't move.
Blinky did in 5K.
No, it was not. It was wrong. And that's going to be a point for RC, actually. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. It's 5-5. It's still match point.
And that's what you said,
Now
pedal
both
to the
players
metal.
just need to fight. Yep. Blinky
was Blinky.
sometimes will lock it in before he's 100% sure. In this case, it cost him.
It could have meant the game, but this time did not pay off as we move into... What even is this? Peru
this
or Colombia?
Bolivia?
Or Bolivia, I mean, sorry.
Yeah, this looks like a La Paz
Ooh.
pinpoint or something. That bridge looks knowable, and Blinky
Yeah.
instantly zooming in.
What does he know? What a bridge in the middle of the city.
I look for things that work, but he's not seeing anything.
Yeah, it's hard to find a bridge when it's just over buildings. Now he has a divided road, which could help him. He does find a divided
in a
road.
different city.
Yeah, he's in Sucre, and Blinky is definitely
RC is in Sucre.
Blinky has locked it in.
He's making his guess.
And this time he had everything, so...
Yes.
I imagine him to have the 5k.
I think this is going to be GG for Blinky.
This might be it. Might be the tournament win. It is.
That is it.
He does it again.
What a performance.
Ooh.
So good. Whole tournament. So many fast 5Ks. Perhaps too fast sometimes, but nonetheless.
Even in the last round, he was technically not in the right intersection, but again, he just took the risk there and slammed it down, just like in the round before. Yeah. But this time, it did not lose him the game. It, in fact, won him the game, which makes him the back-to-back GeoClassics champion.
Only two-time winner so far.
Well, the Radu script did not come in through this time, but yeah, he made it to the final twice in a row as well. So maybe he can win it next time.
Surely he will win one of these days. I think he can't have his number forever.
Nope. Well, that about wraps it up for this edition of the GeoClassic. Blinky again winning. It says 2-1, even though it's a free one. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'm just gonna... I think I'm gonna say who donated once again, but I don't know if I can find it, to be quite honest. There's just too much text in here. But yeah, thank you for the guys who donated. Feneb, do you have any final words before I throw us away?
Yeah, been a pleasure casting. Some amazingly high quality GeoGuessr. Glad I got to cast and not play, because some of the callouts that I've made would have lost me the game on the spot. But yeah. No, been really fun to watch. Thank you to everybody who has tuned in and watched. Thank you especially to all of the people who donated, and of course to the team working behind the scenes to make this happen. To Boyan, to Zem. Thank you to everybody who has helped put all of these GeoClassics events together. It really is such an awesome tournament series, and I'm looking forward to more in the future.
Honestly, couldn't have said it any better. You really took everything I wanted to say there. But yeah, thank you very much, Feneb, for being at my side today. It definitely added a bit more moving knowledge to this cast. And yeah, with that said, we're going to rate Arto, apparently. So yeah, honestly, we can start the rate. And I don't know if we have to wait it out. I hope not, because honestly, I'm just going to end the stream. Bye-bye.
Adios, everybody. See you around.